All right, so we're gonna start. If you check in the chat, you'll see Claude AI. You could use that or ChatGPT or Gemini, whatever is free to you. You can use that. Remember, when we learn to drive a car, we don't learn to drive all the brands. This I want you to leaving here today to learn first principle thinking. That's the basis of how I run my businesses and problem solving. I love problem solving. First principle thinking is really taking a complex issue, say in layman terms, breaking it down to the simplest basic thing that represent that complex issue. For instance, what is the principle thinking of a car? A car is really, honestly, if you strip everything down, a car comes down to the steering wheel, the engine, and the four wheels. That's it. All the rest is decoration. Without that, you have something that can move the engine, the steering wheel, and the four wheels. That's the first principle, the basis, the fundamental of the car. Now, all the cars are pretty much the same. Now, this one will add this option, this decoration, make the shape look this way, all that, right? What is the first principle thinking of a house? The first principle thinking of a house is really a roof, walls, and a door. That's it. The rest is decoration. Okay, me, I want my stairs to be this way. I want this color of couch. I want this cabinet here. But the first one, the basis of what a house is. So I need you as we go on. You're gonna see me bring that a lot. Develop a mindset of if something is complicated, just break it down. I actually wrote a book years ago called The Power of Basics. And in the power of basics, you realize that there is nothing actually, in reality, there is nothing at the first stage that is advanced or complex. What I mean by when we say something is complex, there isn't one thing that is just complex by itself. Something that is complex is just an ensemble of a lot of basic things executed as once. That's what made it complex. There is now that one thing you can pinpoint and say it's just complex by itself or advanced. So you need to begin to install this software. Okay, whatever you see there that seems to be far, how do I break it down, into pieces? And when you break something down to pieces, you start with the smaller one. Whatever you can do, you just do, and gradually you will get there. So get your ChatGPT or Claude AI ready. There are other tools that we share with you as we move forward. So I'm going to start with prompting. I know you guys heard about prompting, but today, I know probably you covered that in the past. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to um, tell you how to prompt properly, how uh, to think. One thing is to drive the car, but another is to know what's under the hood. Like, you have two type of drivers. You have drivers that will be driving a car and they have a flat tire and they have to call 10 people about a flat tire. I have a flat tire, but they have all the tools to change a tire. And you have other drivers that are not just drivers, they understand the basics. And, at least I know how to change a tire. I can even change oil, things like that pretty easy. But you have people, even just touching the wrong button and something going off, they can call 10 people. I need you to, just embrace the mindset of understanding what is behind things. If I flip the light and it turns on, okay, you just need to think quickly. Okay, what's the main electricity company in Nigeria?
Just call it NEPA.
NEPA. Let's just say NEPA.
Mm.
So let's say you flip the switch and your light comes on. If you start thinking that way, the reason I'm spending time on this is gonna unlock a lot of things. People think it's like, remember what I said, there isn't a such thing as just advanced by itself. It's all the smaller things put together, executed at once. It makes it look overwhelming. So NEPA, you have to think about it. When you flip the switch, okay, at home, you have to trace the image back. How did the light turn on? NEPA somewhere has to have the generator or the central somewhere. They have to produce electricity. It has to go through the wires to get to probably the first bigger city where they have another installation. The processes with transformers to dispatch the right voltage you need to the home. But when you do it, you get it right away. Now, the average person, they've been flipping lights for probably 1,000 years. They don't even think how it gets there. But when you begin to think that way, so if you were not to diagnose, if light doesn't come on, what are you going to do? Check the bulb first. Don't start breaking walls and everything. Just start from first principle thinking backward. Check the light bulb. Have you ever heard the story of there was a car, I'll tell you that and get back. Basically, someone bought an expensive car and the battery died. They didn't know. This was a woman actually. They did not know. She wanted the car, wanted the car. She told her husband to buy the car. They bought a luxury car for her. She never bothered to ask anything. The battery died and she thought the car was broken. So what did they do? They called somebody else, a mechanic who didn't just bother to check. They took the wife word that the car is broken. They took all the engine down, do up and down, only to find out that it was the battery. So it was just, battery died. You just go and buy a new battery, or maybe if it's not bad, recharge it. I'm saying this so you can start thinking. So first, change the light bulb and then see if it's not the light bulb, you go get a new light bulb. Okay, you check that one. It's not light bulb. We now go into the wires. Check the house and see is anything unplugged. Go and see if the circuit in the house is shut down. If everything in the house check out, what is the next thing you're gonna do? Hey neighbor, do you have power? So you start going that way. And then if the neighbor say they have the exact same situation, okay, now it is at the NEPA level, meaning the installation they have in the neighborhood, something is going on. You see? So you have to become, in this AI economy and everything we're going to learn, you need to become people who love problems. And I don't mean it in the way you love bad problems, meaning where you see people talking. I taught this, by the way, in somewhere in the US here in Virginia, about 3 weeks ago to a crowd there, and then it opens their mind. As you learn all these skills, anywhere you see people complaining, you like it, put your ear there and just listen. Okay, what are they complaining about? Is this something I can provide a solution? Entrepreneurs, all they do is really find problems and build the solutions. Okay. Now there are two type of problems before we dive in. There are two type of problems I need you to keep in mind. There are problems that people complain about that they're willing to pay for when there's a solution. And there are problems that people complain about that even if you build a solution, they're not going to pay for. So you have to learn the difference between these two and not waste time on building something that nobody wants. Okay, you want to build something that people want. For instance, in the kitchen, uh, I, you know, I see some of you here probably know what I'm about to say. In the kitchen, women most of the time they are mostly in the kitchen more than us. So they would see something that is going, oh, I wish I had this tool that could just do this. Like they always struggle to do one small something. What happened? In China, there people they look at the complaint, they make this small tool, it comes out, it goes everywhere because people are willing to pay for that small tool that simplifies our life. And then when you get a chance later on after this, go online on Google and look for the story of the can opener, something we did in engineering school years ago, the can opener story. Before the official can opener was there, people were struggling to open cans, cutting themselves, all kind of things, until it came in and everybody that had product that uses can wanted a can opener on their product. It's as simple as that. Now, there are other things people are complaining about. You would see that when you bring the solution, all of us, we have things that we complain about, but we can live with. But there are certain things if you bring the solution now, right? So prompting. Before we go on, just want to ask a question. What is prompting to you? Anybody can answer real quick. Now, I'm not going to be the only one talking. I'm going to share my screen and we'll begin to do interactive things. What is prompting to you? Prompting to AI. I'm gonna pick if there's no Ernest, you want to tell me prompting, what is prompting is to
Um,
you?
okay, I would say,
Okay,
sorry.
go ahead, Rejoice. Uh-huh.
Okay, I would say that prompting is an instruction that you give to AI so that it can bring out a result.
Awesome. Anybody else want to add something else? Okay. So one keyword she said is prompting is giving an instruction to the AI so it can bring you something. Okay. Now, if I let's say you hire me okay, to help you at home, be your driver, run your errands and everything. If you're gonna send me to go and do a particular errand, what is an instruction? An instruction is a good instruction if it has different elements in it, you know, like what we call the WH, what, when, where, who, what am I getting? Where am I getting it from? How? You know, do I get it? What color do I pick? How big do I want it? How small do I want it? What shape do I want it? But you cannot treat AI as uh, a search engine, which is the big mistake people are doing nowadays. I don't have the time to dive into that. But like the old Google version, you just Google, there are already resources out there. You Google, you get something. But AI is much more than just a search engine. If you treat it that way, not only you're gonna get limited answers, but also you might get misleading stuff because AI has a backend algorithm about hallucination, meaning you can get something that sounds all good, all nice, but AI is just hallucinating because AI sometimes has a feeling that if it doesn't give you something, it's like it always feel like it has to give you something or make you feel good, right? All the time. No, I will teach you how you do that and how you get an answer that is really like the truth of actually what you really want. So we're gonna learn about prompting, advanced prompting, master prompting. We're gonna learn about productization. Let me share my screen. I'm sending a request to share my screen if you can enable that. And then do practical things. And I will leave you guys with about 3 assignments that I will actually follow up with Mr. Obi to see how we can, accomplish that, right? So whatever version you're using, we're gonna start there, and then move forward. Okay, now I have it. I can share my screen now. Good. So this, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. So we're gonna start moving. Let me shift this one to this side. Yep, up here. So from prompting to profit. We don't want to be people who are just prompting AI and just playing with AI, making fun stuff, posting on social media, and we're not profiting from that. What is profit? Profit is not only money. Profit is it building my career? Is it positioning me somewhere? Is it helping me solve a problem for someone? Is it uplifting someone? Is it, on now, is it bringing money? Is it creating value? Because one thing people did the past few years with AI is 90% of them just play. If you're making things or just post and playing and not creating engagement or anything, you're not really using AI. So we're gonna learn about advanced prompting. We're gonna learn about master prompt. I'll have every one of you leaving today. You will have your own master prompt. And then also I'm gonna give part of the assignment will be there. And you're gonna learn about productization. I'm sure we're gonna have different sessions in later on to dive into other stuff. Today I want to just introduce, as some of you already have knowledge. I'm gonna, of course, some of you may know, but teach you a little bit about Google AI Studio and Notebook LM and agents and monetization. So advanced prompting. So follow with me, and I want you to try this first one first. And I'm going to now probably I'm gonna switch to my screen here to do it with you. I'm gonna place actually this let me go back. I'm going to paste that in your in the chat so it's easy for you to do. Give me 1 second. I need to backtrack here. Did I pass it? I think I skip it. I wanted to share two screens at a time, but I may do the other one from because I can do that actually from the phone. Let me, yeah, right here. And I don't want to give you the CDM. You want certain here. I think we're gonna start from. So who is using ChatGPT and who's using? I just want to know quickly. What are you using? Who's using ChatGPT? Who's using Claude? Okay, who using Claude?
You can
Okay,
unmute
no.
yourself and speak. You guys can
Okay, you
unmute
can.
yourself.
Yeah, you can speak.
I'm
Yeah.
using Claude.
Okay, Claude is one of my best friends. Okay, so I'm gonna probably just do it here with you guys so you can see that one. All right, so I'm gonna share instead of going back to that, I'm gonna share my screen so we can do it together. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna paste the prompt and just have everyone do that level one. So level one prompting is what we call, you know, lazy prompting, meaning you're just being lazy, like she mentioned earlier about instruction. You're really being lazy. You're not trying to put in any effort. Let me go back here. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yes, we
Okay,
see
here.
the screen. Let me
All
tell you
right.
what we're seeing the screen that says I think it's a Claude. I'm willing.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I had to switch and just put everything in Claude so it's easy for you guys to follow along.
Mm.
So I'm gonna paste this in here on the chart. You guys have the first prompt. So let's do this. Copy this and just say, write me a business plan. Do not change anything. And I'm gonna do the same here. Just paste it here and run it. I'm just using this chart for just the purpose of the training. And actually, I will share all the material with you guys when I finish and formatted everything. I use Notebook LM, and when I'm done, I use Claude to format everything for easy purpose. So, now it's asking me, what type of business is this? I'm gonna skip for now. Skip everything, just roll. Just, hey, run me a business plan. All right. So while I'm going to get something from that, this is what we call lazy prompting. Okay. This is lazy prompting. I'm gonna stop it right there just so I can move to the next one. You see, it just started telling me random stuff about, creating a business plan about Brahman AI, something that I did not ask it for. So this level of prompting, we call that lazy prompting. Okay. So I'm gonna move to the next. Oh, gotta bring this back. Um, So you see, so this level is called lazy prompting. Now I'm gonna paste this second one to you, okay? And then you're gonna see the difference. So we move from write me a business plan to write a one-page business plan for a cleaning company in Lagos, targeting offices, include pricing and marketing. Okay? So now I want you to move on to do that. I'm gonna copy the prompt for you. And then you do that, and then you see the difference. So I'm just gonna put it on the chat here. You can copy from there. Write a one page for a cleaning company. So that's now structured prompt. Okay, so move from a lazy prompt. I want you to observe the differences. The first instruction, you really have nothing. The first instruction, you really have nothing. And you're just telling the AI to guess and tell you something that you don't even know what it is. Now we're gonna move to structure prompting, as you can see in case two. I've prepared all the prompts for you to use. You can just copy that, and then if you're done with that, I need you now to. I'm gonna paste the third one for you. Go ahead and do all three now, And then now you are saying, hey, you are telling the AI, there's level. Now consider all this training level zero. Everything we're going to learn here, trust me, is a level zero. But with level zero, you can do a lot in all the stuff we're going to cover here. I have a training coming soon with a more advanced training in different model hands-on with a couple of hundred people. When I do that, we get the recording and I'll share with you guys. But this will be a very good start. So as you prompt this three, I will need you to just scroll back. Okay, and I'm going to do the same too. I'm just gonna go and prompt mine too here. This chart is for the training purposes. So look, the first one, as you can see on the screen, I got some random things that I didn't ask for. I didn't ask to build Brightman AI. He just went on and spit all kind of number and things. Now it's a lot of work for my brain because I need to start figuring out what is what does it mean by this. I had to even stop the prompting so it can stop there. Now I'm gonna paste the second one. Okay. The second one says write a one page. Okay, write a one-page plan for a cleaning company in Lagos. Inside there, the instruction is clear. I don't want a long book to read. Okay, maybe I'm just starting. I don't want to be overwhelmed. You have to learn that with AI. AI doesn't have limits. If you don't limit it, it will give you things, content that is overwhelming. And then you now, as a human being, you begin to feel like it's too much. Because remember, before AI, we were not used to a knowledge dump like that, and a lot of people got, caught up in that. They think just because I can prompt, they end up with so many charts with the different AI they're interacting with, but they're not doing anything with it. They cannot build a product, they cannot make money from it, they cannot solve any problem. So you want to begin to shift your mind from that. So, now this is what I get, based on the AI you're using, you may get something slightly different. Now I see, okay, you suggested a name. I can always tell it to change the name. Now I have Sparkling Lagos. I have, 2.5 million naira startup cost. It gave me, okay, I will break even about 6 months, and then this is it. One pager. I just thought we'll have this. I can even tell it to, we can get to that later. Usually when you use AI, if it does this, you can tell it to put in the artifact. So you can use a prompt like this. Put it in the artifact as a PDF. You can just add that for fun, but we're still gonna work on something. So it's gonna create a PDF for that and put in the artifact. At least I now have this. Let's just say I review the information and it seems something that is good for me. I can PDF it, or I can export it or do other stuff, but we're gonna skip those small stuff for now. Now, while it's doing that, creating the PDF, I'm just actually let me pause on that and then do the third prompt. Okay. Now we move from create a one page to put this one on the third one, and then we're going to compare all three. Now, the third one says, is telling the AI, you are a Nigerian strategist. I'm launching in Victoria Island. I know one of the former governors that lives around there. In Victoria Islands, targeting SMEs means small businesses, okay? Targeting small businesses, my edge is eco-friendly. So what makes me different, what set me apart is, I use eco-friendly product and stuff. And also I allow same-day booking, meaning if you book me today, it's fine. I can still show up. And then now tell it on top of that, compared to the previous prompt, write one-page executive summary for Lagos angel investors, meaning for people who want to invest, in my company, and then give it the tone. Hey, I want it to sound confident and format four headers. This is clear instruction. So if you compare that, okay, now I mean it did create the PDF. If you see now, okay, I have something that is precise that I can focus on to work compared to this one. When we did this one here, you see that it still gave us stuff, but there's still a lot of precision missing. If you move to the other one, if I didn't stop it, the first prompt, it created a random business that I didn't ask for, maybe a business where I don't even have skills on. Okay, so now moving back to my presentation, just to show you, this is the, let me make it a little bigger so you can see. This is basic. This is level zero. As we go on, on other sessions you will learn. So this, I will give you these materials later. So you have the different type of prompting to start. Move from this. Stop asking the AI like you're using Google. What is the name of the president of this? Okay, how do I start a business? That's vague. That's lazy prompting. At least do a minimum of a structure prompting. Okay, and then now learn to do precision prompting. But you may be asking, okay, based on the idea I'm working on, how do I know, or how do I get to understand how to come up with a structure or a precision prompt? Now, I forgot to say this. If you have questions, write them down as we go. At the end, I will answer some of your questions. So you need to learn the structure. And then if we move on that. So I just want you to take a 30 seconds, just scroll back and see the difference of your three different promptings, just to see, if you see how, your prompting that's going to influence you to change the way you're prompting. If you're going to serve the area you are, the truth is we always forget what is working under the hood. The AI is fed on the back end with a lot of data about Lagos that you even living in Lagos, you don't know, you know, because it's a machine. It has the time to do all of this. We don't have the time for the nitty-gritty. But there's one thing the AI does not have that you have. You still know the culture. You still know how people move in Lagos. You still know how people talk. You still know how, if someone meets me in Lagos and say, how far? I know what the person means. In the US, if I meet someone that was born here and I say how far, they can tell me, hey, 2 miles away or 2 kilometers, because they might be thinking I'm asking about a distance like how far. They're going to say, how far what? You know? So all these things means that you always have something that for now you can use the power of AI to achieve, right? All right, we're going to move to now the levers. I will give you these later. The levers that you have here is what makes your prompt powerful. You got to learn this, like the role. Always tell the AI what role you want it to play, because the AI has a million roles that it has been trained on, okay, on the back end. Always start by telling the AI, for instance, if you like design, say you are the best UI designer in Lagos. Is the reason you say Lagos because every culture has the type of design style they like, or maybe you want Nigerian team or cultural team, Yoruba team or Igbo team in it. So if you tell it you are a UX, should I make this bigger for you to see, or is it good? If you say if you tell it here, you are a Lagos real estate agent. You can replace that with whatever you want. You are a Lagos app designer. You are a Lagos stylish, fashion designer. Okay. Because if you say you're just a designer, you might pull something from, a tribe somewhere in Russia that you probably not trying to sell in Nigeria, right? Based on the context, give it context. So there's principally five elements: the role, the context, the constraint, and the tone. This is still, I say, level 0, because there are 12. When I write a prompt, you might think it's a book. When I'm going to write a prompt, I'm write something super concise and even use another tool to improve the prompt before now I can start getting the output, because I don't want to waste time with things that I don't need. So you got to learn this format, okay? Backtrack. How or what capacity I want the AI to act as, okay? So tell the AI, you are the expert in Nigerian taxes or something. I want to learn about that. You are, so you use that. Now, the context, you want to tell it, I serve small businesses, You can say, I am a young person, part of an organization or a hub in Nigeria, and I'm trying to do this, do that. The constraint, you have to tell it a little bit, hey, don't go and do this, don't do that. Write it so it works for WhatsApp broadcast under 150 words. Constraints are precision directive, not limits. It doesn't limit. The AI will still give you the substance. It doesn't limit it, but just make sure that it keeps it where it is relevant. Now, the format, you can decide, hey, give me that in 5 bullets. and you will see later on in building agents and so forth, all these still apply. This is just in a particular area. And the tone, you can tell it, hey, I want it to comes out bold and direct, like a Lagos entrepreneur. Like I said earlier, that if you're an entrepreneur in Lagos, maybe in the jargon, they have phrases or stuff they use always to acknowledge that okay, they're good on the deal or something like that. So if you don't tell it from the beginning that it is an agent for from that place or this place, it doesn't know it's going to give you something general. So you always want to work with this frame, the levers, the five levers of the prompt power. Okay. Always the role, context, give it. Before I move on, any question at all? I know I will get question at the end, but any question at all? If you have a question, you open the microphone real quick. And as we're doing that, later on, I hope you're gonna go back and refine some of the prompts you may have done on something important you're working on, and you can see the difference.
Okay, like he said, feel free. If you have questions, you can write it down. Maybe you can even post it in the chat.
Yeah.
But feel free to articulate and communicate your thoughts.
Yes, you can talk, you can put in the comment. All right. So that was a little bit about, baby steps. I always assume, even when people know, always start from there. Anything repeat it over and over, you realize that you don't know it. You just, even me, things that I've known I can do in my sleep, I go back to and I discover something new. Oh, okay. I didn't see this small angle that makes the whole difference, right? Okay,
Yeah.
next we're gonna move on to advanced techniques, okay, in prompting. Because if you prompting is the interface, basically text that we have with AI before building the products and doing all of that, right? The chain of thought. Let me make this bigger so we can do and practice, right? What is the chain of thought? For analysis, add word like think is very important. Think step by step before answering. Stop letting the AI just be telling you stuff. That's why when I do like something, people always ask, first of all, I anything that I would do with AI, most of the content is my content. I'm using AI to save time, like the formatting and just take for typos because maybe I was too fast proofreading, but it has to come from you. You say, think step by step before answering. And then why? AI reasons better when it's forced to show it works, Use business decision, financial analysis based on what you're doing. And then again, based on the assignment I will give you guys, you will see that you're gonna need all of these to get that assignment. That assignment will be something tangible we build, things that we do. So learn this. Another concept is few shot prompting. For style matching, you can say show an AI an example. Okay, and I want to go back on that. So let's say you saw an example, right, of something. Before you start prompting, copy that example. Let's say you have a competitor building something and you guys are in the same space and they seems to be better at what they do. Copy them and say, hey, I'm building this like that. I want it to be like original to my own, but this is the style. And then let me tell you something before, in case you're thinking copying is wrong. Stealing is wrong. Copying is not wrong. Everybody copy everybody. Everybody copy the best. Okay? Don't go and reinvent the wheel. If you're going to start a phone company today, you look at the Samsung, look at the Apples, look at all the big names in the world. They already made the mistakes, so we don't make them again. Okay, don't go waste time in research to do things that they're already solved, so, right? They're already done, right? So you got to have that mindset. Don't start the wheel, and the market is big for everyone. Just copy, but be original. Copy the model, the idea, but whatever original idea you still have, still stick to that and get it done. But the world works with format and framework. So if you probably don't know the framework, copy the right framework and apply it to your thing. Now, another thing is persona stacking. Later down, when we work on master prompting, you're gonna understand. If I would open all my AIs and talk right now, you would think I'm myself an AI. People call me that I am myself an AI because I automated a lot of processes. When I sit on my laptop, my AI knows me really, really well. He knows me personally. He knows me on my business side and other things I do. Because when I'll call her Nana. When Nana was answering, right? about prompting is instruction, right? There's a difference, right? When you meet a stranger, you're talking to them versus when you're talking to someone you know, right? If I meet you and we've been, in school together, maybe back then, and I say, "Hey, good to see you, Choma. How you doing? Hey, remember that classmate?" There's context. Oh yeah, I remember her. Have you seen her? Oh yeah, now she works at at NEPA. Oh now she works at the office of something something, right? Because there is context. But if I just meet you, this is the first time we're meeting, and I say, "Hey, how you doing? Do you remember Claude, our classmate?" Your brain goes to like a lost mode, like who is this? Who are you talking about? Who's this person? That's one. And then the more you do that, by the way, people think because they talk to AI every day, AI know them. No, the conversation style it's like someone. Have you ever been in the type of relationship where in the neighborhood or somewhere in a workplace or somewhere anywhere you meet someone, you guys just say hi, nod head, never ask where you from, what's your name or anything. And in your mind, you think you know the person, you don't really know the person. Okay? It happened to all of us. You see some people, you just not smile, they always pass through the same area. So you meet them, you say hi, hi, hi. And then that person cannot just stop one day and say, "Hey, how is Claude, our classmate from back then?" You're gonna be like, "Wait, we greet each other every day, but I really don't know who you're talking about." You see, so you have to understand like that woman who drove her car have the whole engine taken down because it was just battery. You have to know what, under the hood, how the AI is thinking. And now you have iterative refinement, right? Of course, you can always toggle around and then just refine, meaning go back and say, okay, now this particular area, I need you to change that. This particular area, I need you to change that. Now, after the first output, say something like, make it more direct, add an error pricing example. I try to adapt this to the context so it makes sense. You can say, shorten it by half, all these, or you can say, hey, in this area, we have fashion designers that are, in Lagos or somewhere. What can you adapt it? Maybe it's a design project you're working on. Can you adapt it to really match the culture or something like that? You refine it to match that. So this is the advanced techniques, basically. So make sure you incorporate that as you're interacting. The chain of thought. Tell it, don't let AI, if unless you're in the rush. I have things that sometimes I leave it run. I say, don't rush to answer me. I want you to find what my competitors are doing this particular thing. I don't want an answer. I just don't want an answer. I want something that has substance, So you want to use that. Any questions so far?
None from me.
Okay,
None.
if you are learning something, put a comment in the chat. Just tap me a message, put an emoji. I want to make sure you are there, right? All right. So now we're gonna move to upgrading your prompt right now. Okay, whatever we just did, I want you to do this as we are here. Write one prompt for something you need in your work or business. Anything you're working on right now, I need you to just do that because it's gonna serve later on for you to build your master prompt. Okay, and I want everyone to post theirs in the chat. Okay, so you want to write it right now, type it in the Zoom chat description. Okay, and then look at your prompt. And I want to see your original prompt. And then now on your own screen there, I want you to go. I'm going to go back to the preview screen, go and see which of the 5 levers is missing. And I just want you to add that on for your own. We don't need, if it's something you're working on, we don't need to see all the details, but put something here, okay? The context, all of that, and rewrite it, add the missing, simple exercise to do. Now, I give you, I'm going to add a timer actually on the screen. So I give you 1 minute to type your original prompt on something that you actually working on researching, and then type that in there. And then now I want to go back on this screen for you to apply this uh, to refine it. So here's the homework. Should be quick. So again, this is not meant to trick you. Okay, I put a note there. It's just a skill, not a trick. Okay, if you practice these, they seem simple. Remember, I said there's nothing advanced. Everything. If anybody that you see that is good at something, they've mastered the basics. What people want to skip and just go do the big stuff. There's no big stuff out there. All the big stuff can be broken into pieces, you know. And then while I'm doing, I will be asking questions. I like it to be interactive. What is the first principle of a car? I need someone to tell me. I just want to make sure as I talk to you, I remember it. Anybody, what is the first principle of a car? Shoma, your mic is open. Go ahead.
Okay, you said engine, steering, and the wheel.
Good job. Good job, Shoma. If you keep answering like that, you're gonna end up with a gift. I hope other people wake up and catch up. You're doing good. All right, so I'm waiting for your prompt. Finish writing it and paste it in the chat here. Your first initial prompt. Do not try to do that because it's a process for you to write it raw and a process because the second process will make you think. It will make you think. And once you store it in your brain, now moving forward, you would know that okay, now I don't think my prompt is a lazy prompt, is a structure, is it an advanced prompt. You're gonna learn that. All right, you got 20 more seconds left, and I want to see start posting in the chat. Post your first prompt. And then after that, I'm going to go back to the preview screen for you to read your prompt there and incorporate these things. And you'll begin to see the difference between someone that you just meet on the neighborhood, not head, say hi, 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 and someone you actually meet the first time, talk to them and say, hey, my name is Ernest. Hey, what's your name? What do you do? Where do you live? All right, nice to meet you. Maybe even exchange contacts or, that makes a difference than just waving. You may be waving to someone every day and they have a remedy or a solution to something you're looking for. But because you never stop to really interact, you don't really know them. But your brain tells you know them because you see them every day. Okay? If you cannot see, let me know. I can always make it bigger. Actually, let me just bump it a little more. Let's really force them. Now, of course, I said you could post the first version, but like you see in step 4, I'm gonna ask one of them who feel comfortable to share their before and after, and then we can all see that. All right, you got 10 seconds left to post your first version in the chat. And next we'll be doing the master prompt thing. I think some of you are gonna like that a lot. Okay. Benita, how's it going? Namdi, how's it going? Adaisy, how's it going?
Benita,
Valeria Sant, how's it
Benita,
going?
Benita, you're muted. You were saying something, but you're muted. We didn't hear you.
Yes,
I think
Sant?
I'm still writing my prompt and I'm not. Sorry.
Okay, good. Ernest, how's it going? Austin?
I'm still on it, sir.
Okay. Cheesy, Austin, yeah. I hope everyone's doing well. Try to get your prompt in there. All right, time is up. I'm just gonna, whatever it is, it's fine. Whatever last period you put on, it's fine. Post your first prompt in the chat.
Okay, John, I see your prompt. So for those of you still trying, Benita, are you saying that you are still crafting your prompt? Pascal, are you saying that you're still crafting your prompt?
Do remember your first version doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Just okay, I see the first prompt here, act as an advanced geriatric nurse and explain the immediate first aid required when a 6 years old woman falls, include the possible causes, warning signs, da da da. Okay, pretty good. I see that you already implemented you know, something. That's good. All right, time is up. I need everyone to post now. Wherever your prompt is, just post it. Don't worry about you're gonna perfect it. That I will give you another minute to perfect it, but I need your first versions. Shama, that's actually a good prompt.
The time is up and I'm not seeing anybody posting. Can you all post your prompts right now?
I've
Like,
posted mine.
it's not here. Okay, I've seen
It's not
Benita. Yeah, Benita's own has appeared. I need all the prompts there now.
yeah, I see only Chioma and Benita.
Yeah.
The Wi-Fi, the network here went off, so I'm just logging in again.
Okay, I see the one from NAMD, create a
Yeah.
PDF document research on front-end programming.
Can
Where
you
you have
post
to
yours?
focus on
Pascal, can you post yours?
CSS.
Whatever it is, have it, post it. You don't have to do anything else. Just post what you have.
Okay, good. I see Ernest too. I'm an AI content creator. Create 50 engaging video topics for my content. Good. All right.
Praise,
Okay.
are you there?
Go there.
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm
Turn
still like
on
I'm
your
trying to
video.
like refine the prompt. I've already
No,
yeah.
don't refine. Just post what you have.
Just post what you have. Okay. The first prompt without the rule, context, and
Just post it. Yeah.
Amazon. Just post it. Yeah. Okay, sir.
And turn on your video.
All right. I am an AI content. Okay. All right. I need the rest of the prompt before we move on. And then for the next one, I will display a timer here I would put this to the 4 done. All right. I see cheesy. I see. Okay. Awesome. Now, I see that most of you have done it. So now I need you to move to step 3. Rewrite it and add the missing levers. So I'm going to go back on this screen. And what I'm going to do is you have 4 minutes to refine it. The timer has started. I'm gonna go back here. I will keep you posted on time. You have 4 minutes. Just look through all these elements. If you want, I can make it big on the screen. And I want you to look at all these elements and see, is there any part of the structure that your prompt is missing? Now, the time you want it to refine, I want you to refine it now using this. Remember, you can also remember this part we just, I know some of you try to already apply this, but, keep this in mind, but just work on this one. And then make sure that your prompt now is refined. And then once the 4 minutes is up, I would love one volunteer to share the before and after. Otherwise, I'll pick one person to do that. And the timer right now, you still have 3 minutes. So let me go back there. If you need the elements, let me
Okay.
probably open some more here for you to see.
Tieyiwe, from what you just said, just to clarify
Yes,
for everybody, the first prompt you people posted, you should have put it in your AI and it should have generated something, correct? So that the second prompt you put, you can see the difference between the two results from the AI. Am I right, Tieyiwe?
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So don't be
Yeah.
typing prompt on Microsoft Word and posting here. The prompt should have been put in AI and the results
Yeah,
should come.
directly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then now use these elements to refine the prompt and then now see the difference. But I would love one of you to post you know, you still got probably, let me see, you still got 2 minutes left. And then don't worry, when time is up, just time is up, don't worry about it. You're gonna still learn and still be able to do it. As long as you get the concept, you can still practice on later. So don't stress too much. Just, follow up along and you'll be fine. So, yep. So persona stacking, iterative refinement. You don't, before this will be the one you use to really refine. Just focus on the first three: chain of thought, few shot prompting, persona stacking, so always do that. And then if you want, I can show you this a little bit for you to add if you want to really be too spicy, because sometimes I really like to spice all my prompting, make it in a way that the AI give me exactly what I'm looking for. So my work become focus on that and work and do something out of it, you know. So constraint, remember constraint format. Of course, in role, you have role also here. In persona stacking is the same as role. Let's check on time. You got less than a minute left. So when time is up, again, every time I switch a screen, feel free to open the mic and tell me if you want me to go to a particular slide. No, or just tell me and I'll do it. All right. So probably around 30 seconds. Yes, 30 seconds left. And then once you're done, remember, I need a volunteer to, you know, uh, before you volunteer, just open your mic and say, I will volunteer, or just, post it directly, whatever you want to do, so I know. If I have more than one person, it's fine, but minimum one person should be able to post the prompt only.
Please, can you
So
go
here's
back?
what's gonna happen. You want me to go back to this
Can
one?
you go back to the levels? Yeah, yeah.
Good, good. I'll leave it there for now. So here's what's going to happen. The person who volunteers to show me the after, I already have your befores here in the chat. You also just take 30 seconds and tell me, I need you to engage in explaining to me the output, the difference between, because I can't see your screen. Tell me when you prompted with the first one and the second one. What have you noticed? I know your prompts are different. Just tell me what you see as different. Okay, I think time is up. So I need the first person to post in the chat your after, meaning your refine after you double check your prompt and added all the missing elements. Um, if you don't, I'm gonna pick one person. Let me see. All right. Anybody wants to share their after?
I just sent mine now.
Hyacinth just posted his own, so you might as well go ahead
Awesome.
and
All
share
right.
it.
So actually, what I'm going to do here, let me just open an empty doc and just paste both side by side so we can look. Where's my docs? Oh, I'm skip passing it. All right, so I'm gonna copy Yasin's um, after. So Yasin, while I'm doing that, um, feel free to explain to me the output, what you've noticed. So not Yasin, explain to us the difference you see in output. Compare both output and tell us quickly what you see the first time when you prompted, what did he give you versus the second one and the observation, if you don't mind.
Ebuka, you're
The
muted.
first,
Okay, go ahead now.
okay. Yeah, the first, my first prompt,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I tried as much as I can to make it go straight to the point. So it
Mm-hmm.
gave me the definition of what I wanted, that is data analytics.
Mm-hmm.
Then a structured step-by-step guide and a structured
Mm-hmm.
step-by-step topics or contents that I should be
Mm-hmm.
looking at. The tools. So I went on the second one. I went ahead to ask it um, to not to use professional language
Mm-hmm.
in explaining for a layman to understand. So um, the next one came out better in the sense
Mm-hmm.
that it used a more defined, sorry, a more, it broke down the language to the layman's understanding.
You see?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now I need you to draw a conclusion from that. So what do you conclude from your that simple experience?
Okay. Like I would always say, prompting is everything in AI. So it is what you give
Mm-hmm.
it, that is what is going to give you back. So if
Mm-hmm.
from these two analogies now, it is better to tell it everything you need from
Mm-hmm.
yes, it is better to tell it everything you need. Just
Mm-hmm.
be cool about it. Just don't hold anything back. Tell it how you
Mm-hmm.
need it, how you want it, how the format you want it, the
Mm-hmm.
language you want it, the tone you want it. That is how it's going to give you the
Mm-hmm.
answers, to give you its feedback. So rather than just making it give you a generic answer, it is better you are specific to what you want. So you are
Mm-hmm.
guided on the goal you want to, or the mission you want to go
Awesome.
ahead with.
Good. I hope everyone learned from that. Okay, I picked the second one. Let's just do the second one. The second one, I mean, I already have the prompt here. Choma, do you mind just telling us quickly I mean, I have it in front of here. The first one was for Yasan. Can you just tell us the difference in the answer and the output?
Okay, so um, the first one, the first
Mm-hmm.
one gave me the immediate first aid steps, just listed it,
Mm-hmm.
and it just listed the instruction on how to and what to do, the first aid
Mm-hmm.
steps, then the causes of the fall and the warning signs. While
Mm-hmm.
the second prompt gave a detailed explanation. It went on to give you some questions that you can ask the patient and how to approach the patients and things to do. It explained it in details than the first one. So the difference is that the first one was not that deep. It was
Mm-hmm.
the prompt was not that detailed, but the second one was able to tell it what to say and to make it friendly. And as well, I understood that prompting is more of what you put in versus what you get. Like what you put in determines what you get, the outcome of your results.
Awesome, thank you. And when I was hearing both you and Yasin talk, The second one kind of give you actions, things to actually do, practical, right? So it tells
Yes.
you how to do, and then something that, let's say you were really working with patients. With that one, you know actually how to, if you're someone who doesn't know how to put your words together, it gives you the examples of what to do. Now, when I say all this is level zero, trust me, all we're doing, again, maybe some of you may be advanced or also, but just bear with me. It's always good to understand and master the concepts, right? Because stuff that I do with my company or product I build for people is super advanced, very, very advanced stuff. Um, from software product to agents and all of that, but it starts from your understanding. It's like if you give an advanced tool to a monkey, it's going to use it anyhow, but if you give it to the right person who knows how to use it, they can make something better out of it. Okay, let's run. We're gonna run. Time is running out. The concept of master prompting. So we're gonna learn master. Thank you to all of you who posted, right? Later on after this, please go back and review. And guess what? I want you to, let me go back here. I want you to do iterative refinement later on your own, meaning refine, refine, refine. If it's something serious you're working on, use this method, this part to refine, refine until you get to what you really want. Okay. And you can apply that to all. Now, master prompting. Now, one of the things people forget is context. If you don't create a master prompt, the AI will never really know you fully, right? What is a master prompt? It's me dumping everything about me. If I want to rely on AI to do some work, I want to tell AI about everything I really want the AI to know about how do I do it the right way. That's why you call master prompting. So you can do a personal master prompting about yourself and a personal master prompting. Let's say you're studying nursing or medical. I'll take an example because the last thing we're doing, I see it's about medical or something like that. And you also want a master prompting about that, your professional career or your aspirations. Or now you can even have it combined. What is master prompting? Is really training the AI on everything. Companies right now, if you have a business, you need to have master prompting. But there is an advance that we actually build for companies that on their own they can, because we build another tool that will help them to identify things that they don't even know, to add it as a master prompting and now leverage every time they interact with the AI. So we're going to be practical again. So the analogy is really simple. Now it's like, if you read my analogy, let me make it bigger. It's like when you hire somebody, you hire a smart person, from a different city, let's say from Abuja, and one day they know nothing, not your business. They don't know the business name. They don't know your customer. They don't know your voice. They don't know anything. All right. So your master prompt is the onboarding document that they will use, meaning when you hire someone, you're going to teach them your customers. You're going to tell them what your business does. You're going to tell them how you talk to your customers. And you're going to tell them, hey, this business, this is our goal. If you tell them the business is to help elders, I saw someone prompts that I really like about 60-year-old patients or something like that. See, if your business is about helping them and that person comes and start talking about something completely irrelevant, you know that, hey, we did not discuss this thing, right? So you want to spend time building your master prompt. And as you can see on the screen, sometimes you can spend time on like a Microsoft Word, write a lot of things about you, career-wise, all these aspects of your life, and then just upload that document. You can download it and then upload it to a Claude and any other stuff, right? Cover who you are, your business, your market, or is someone else was talking about front end, CSS and HTML, which is really good. You want to tell it about that, and also you want to give this context is important. You want to probably tell is, like maybe I have this degree or maybe this is my ambition. Tell the AI the place you live. I live in Lagos, just say Nigeria. I live in Lagos. I live in this city. I live in Kano. I live in Abuja. I live in whatever place. You want to give it as much content so you moving forward, it will draw more opportunity and see angles that you don't even know, about yourself. I did this at the beginning of the year and people were actually shocked. That was even a mini, right? So I need you to open your AI right now, and I need you to start putting in the context. I needed to start, let me move this one up somewhere here. I needed to start with your name. who you are. Just follow this. Don't try to complicate. Okay, we're gonna have time to do. Just write this. Don't even try to complicate. Now I'm gonna give you maybe 2 to 3 minutes for that. Just follow step by step. Okay, I'm gonna probably make this one bigger for you to see the whole thing. Maybe let me drag here a little bit more so you have everything in place here. So just do this. Write your name. So right now, open whatever AI chat you're using, write your name, write your business or your role, whatever you do. It doesn't have to be exactly whatever you're doing. Tell it about your current projects, okay, things like that. That one, feel free to do it like really because I'm not gonna have you post it here if you don't feel comfortable, so you can keep it to yourself. Your voice, your writing style. Tell it you don't have only one writing style. You can tell it when I'm writing this, I like to sound like that. When I'm talking, when this is the style I like, when I'm talking and I'm writing, um, my audience, based on what you're doing, maybe I'm dealing with patients when I see some of you, or some of you maybe, I'm trying to learn front end stuff, based on, I'm just reflecting based on all your prompts I've seen here. I see someone talk about front end programming area, someone talk about IoT solution architect, you know as I'm you speaking my language, I love IoT systems a lot. That was Austin, microcontrollers, stuff like that. I love all this stuff, so emergency care, whatever it is, and then also tools, even other AI tools you are using or other platform you are using to do. Just tell the AI, I use WhatsApp, I use Paysta, I use Flutter, I use all tools, I use Instagram. I use all of because there are things you don't know, and it's gonna mesh all of this together as something powerful and even tell you the next step of those things you are not doing correctly. So tell it everything, just tell it, and then the channels you use, even if you go on YouTube, again, whatever comes to mind. And then if there's any special instruction, I give an example here, but you can change it, say that, I always price things in there. Or maybe if you're doing work for people in the US, you can say, or you can say, for instance, let me give you something to say here on 8. You can say, I always price things in Naira, but always add the matching dollar value, something like that, so that moving forward, when you work on things, you don't need to ask it again. If you're calculating something in Naira, you automatically do the conversion without you having to waste tokens to say, hey, convert this and that. So again, this is the baby steps only or for master prompt. So your master prompt is gonna go and be stored in memory for the AI, and every other projects you're working on, the AI will take this in consideration. So you don't need to remind her, oh, I am in nursing school. Oh, I am 5'3". Oh, I am this. Now, I should also say, feel free and choose what information you want to share with the AI. If it's something you don't think the AI doesn't need to know, you don't need to tell it. So it's really your freedom what you want, but for professional purposes, you want to share any relevant information. So usually, this is you doing it right away. I do this right away like that years ago, but I have my master prompt upload. I spend time writing it like a Word document, typing everything, copying things from my business, everything. I have different master prompt because I do a lot of different things personally, stuff like that. And then now you feed it to the AI. So I didn't put the timer on, but I'm just gonna put on a 2 minute more, or maybe, 3 minute actually. All right, so let's go. You got 3 minutes. I'm gonna go back to the screen so you have it. Just use all these 8 steps, and just it's like it's not you coming to do as the AI to do something for you, right? So, but before you send it to the AI, please do this. Add a line at least that says, hey, this is I'm creating my master prompt, something like that. And then just say my name is this, I come from this region, this is my education. Whatever your education is, that's fine. Just say, this is where I stop, this is what I want to pursue, whatever it is. This is a business I want to build, or this is currently what I'm doing, in which city, any. Okay, these 8 points. All right. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect today. You're learning, but you're gonna have time to perfect all of these. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we still have 1 minute and like 30 seconds left. And I'm going to show you an example of one that I created. I have to update all my content to like, to Nigeria just so it can make sense in the context, you know. There's a lot of things to learn in technology and AI. So don't worry if you don't learn everything today. We're always learning and learning. It's a process. So I want you moving forward to start internalizing the concept of a master prompt, add master prompting um to anything you're working on, especially on special projects. You need to be making sure that you're operating from a master prompt. Otherwise, you're gonna waste so much time on small things, out of context things, trying to and then you're gonna have to refine a lot. And then you're gonna not only the refine, you're gonna miss on so many angles because you want the AI to be able to do the combination based on your background, and it will show you something you can based on your background, you can get it done like that you don't even know than somebody else. The AI doesn't know much, so it's gonna suggest you things that you don't even know that you based on your background, the combination and everything, you know. Yeah, I was gonna start a new chat with everybody again, but that's fine. We can just leave it on this thread. All right, let's check on the time. Okay, time is up. Time is up. All right, so I'm gonna share with you on the chat an example of a master prompt. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in the chat, and then you guys can see what I posted there. Maybe I could go on the Google. Did I close the Google? I think I did.
Um,
Um,
Tieyiwe, somebody had his hand up just now. I think he had a
oh,
question.
okay.
Praise.
Give me 1 second. Let me paste this here. I think the fact that I'm just gonna paste this here. Let me format this better. Um, okay, go ahead. Whoever has a question, go ahead.
Okay, my question is like this because I know that when I like newly started using AI, I just
Mm-hmm.
prompt it random and stuff. But like I think that was it part like that was like during a period that I became more familiar with AI. I
Mm-hmm.
deleted my previous AI accounts, then created new accounts. And in the new account, I think my first shots are usually like just like what you give in the master prompt. Who am I? Like my identification and stuff like that. Then the skills I have, my goals, stuff like that. Those are usually like my first shot. And I just like send it to AI and tell it to like save it up. So I'm now like my question is now like this. For master prompting, do we have to repeat
Mm-hmm.
it like every new shot, like every new question we have? Because I noticed that my own usually answers me based on those like what I give it the first shot
Mm-hmm.
because it already remembers everything there. So like, are we going to like input master prompts anytime I want to like give it a prompt? That's my question.
That's a good question. No, once you get your master prompt ready and everything is done, you're gonna add a line and tell the AI, moving forward, when it comes to all our interactions, make sure you take in consideration the master prompt. Okay? And then moving forward, you don't need to be repeating. That's one. But next slides that I will go, I was gonna say that to, teach you one, just not a little trick. At least once every 6 months or every 12 months, right? When we get there, I will show you you don't need to start from over, how to update, just like your resume, right? In a year, if you pick up new skills and new context and stuff, you want to feed that to the AI so it's still up to date. So once a year, just sit down, find like a 10, 30 minute and just add if there is something new. If there isn't, no. So the answer is you don't have to. As long as you add the line that it should, on top of all the knowledge bases that he has, it should always include your master prompt. If you don't, some AIs are really flimsy. They will not know when to use it. Like solid one, code is pretty solid in terms of like understanding the instruction that what a master prompt is for, and it will refer to that on top of its own knowledge base. So this is an example that I have on the screen, make it a little bigger, right? That I paste on the chat. We're gonna read it together. You are a personal AI strategist. That's what I would start by telling the AI. You know the Nigerian market deeply. Who I am, I'm Adezi Okonko, 32 years old entrepreneur in Lagos, Lekki, Phase 1. Give all their business Adesi Hub, Ade Style Hub, ready to wear Ankara, da 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 da. I'm designing for women, age range 25, 45, right? Years old. And I sell via Instagram, DM, my website, WhatsApp catalog, all this stuff. And then my 90-day goals, yours can be my 6 months goal, my 12 months goal, so adapted. This is just an example. I grew Instagram from 4.2 thousand, to 10K followers, launch a referral program, tools. I use Instagram and also list all the other AI tools you use, because sometimes you can call up some of those tools inside your chat that people don't know have integration already. You don't need to leave like for Claude, you don't need to leave Claude some time to go on other platforms to do. They now have integration. You can call it up there. But if he doesn't even know you are on that platform, unless you remember to ask, you will not even, remember to like, hey, okay, we can just connect this and do that. For instance, your Google Drive, that's the most basic thing. I connected my Google Drive to my AI. That's the most basic things like, level 0, you just connect it and then automatically can work between the two interfaces, pull stuff and add stuff there, right? So, and then I moved on to special instruction, always price in Naira unless writing for diaspora, something like that, and say reference Nigerian culture naturally, keep captions under 150 words, right? And I put it, this is an example, a first draft of a master prompt. Now I'm gonna move on to tell you, to move on to do the another level of like advanced prompting. So this is what you do initially, right? So I'll tell everyone, no matter by the way, if you're using ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini, once you finish, whatever platform you use to do and have a very good master prompt, you can ask the AI to, hey, put my complete master prompt in a PDF, download it and share with the other AIs. Okay, that's a little tip you want to do so that if you migrate to one platform to another, you don't need to start over. Get your whole master prompting and do that. So that's the first level. Again, everything I'm teaching you is really level 0 that probably some of you heard or now. This was the example of the prompt I just shared with you. That was the example of the prompt that we just did. Hey, you tell the AI based on what you are doing, you probably, tell the AI, you are my AI business strategist. You are my AI this and that. And then now you start your entire master prompt. That line makes a huge difference. The AI doesn't know who you want it to act for you as it's creating your master prompt. You can say, hey, you are my life coach for this and this that, be precise, and then you get it done. This is another example, of a master prompt that we just reviewed. Now, moving, we're gonna now see the other part of really master prompting. Once you've done your first draft, I want all of you to do it now, but probably we're not gonna finish all of that. You're gonna now have the AI conduct an interview, okay, with you. Okay, so you finish your first draft. This is what we did. I need you to move in here and I'm gonna copy this prompt and put it in there. You're gonna say, I've written a first draft of my master prompt. I want you to interview me with 5 to 7 targeted questions. Some of you can even go to 10 based on, again, I kept this short. Usually for myself, when I probably did 30 questions. I want all the nitty gritty because I want to be efficient, So just for the example, just limit it to 5 or 7, right? And then you say, I've written the first draft of my master prompt. I want you to interview me with 5 to 7 targeted questions to help me fill in the gaps and make it more specific. Start with the most important question first, right? So the reason you want to do that, let the AI interview you because sometimes we are biased, towards ourselves, right? So when we do, we limit it to stuff you just know. You don't even know, they say sometimes in engineering, it's not the solution, the problem. It's like the right question. Sometimes we don't even know the right question to ask. So I put it in the chat, copy that and add that to and I will give you, let's say, just 30 seconds per answer. So I'll give you like 4 to 5 minutes. The AI is going to start interviewing you. It's going to throw in question at you, and every answer you put is going to capture that. And on the back end, it's going to update your full master prompt. And at the end, you can even ask it, show me now the complete master prompt. And you're going to see that on top of the first draft you did, now it does that. You can even push it forward. Based on the time, I'm just limited to that because this is really level zero, like I keep saying. Okay, so just add that, and then now answer those questions. So I'm gonna put the timer on. I'm trying to keep time on, so um, if I do 30 seconds per question per answer, four will give you about 8 questions. So here you go. All right. Oh, I did not update it or reset, pause, edit, 2, 4, done, reset, star. All right, you got this 4 minutes. Try to, as you prompt, try to answer the questions that the AI is asking you. So the question will be based on, so all of you will have different questions. It will just be based on whatever you ask the AI to do. Let the AI interview you and uncover the angles that you don't even know. Again, when it comes to problem solving, the most difficult thing is finding the right question. If the question is wrongly framed, you're going to spend the time on the wrong solution. And then we think the solution is the problem. Now, finding the right question is actually the problem. What to ask? What are we solving for? What are we answering? So let the AI now interview you, and do that. And one thing that I want to say here that I know later on probably with OB you guys work on that. Make sure everything you learn here, try to teach it to others later on that are not there, or even one person you mentor or between each other, just make sure by teaching people you learn more. It reinforces the knowledge, sits well on your brain. Anything you learn, just all of you who are here, test each other. Just, make sure that, the steps are sitting well in your brain. Okay. And then take a look at someone, say, oh, maybe you could do this. You could add that. You could do this. I'm just giving you the basics. You can later on spend time and be more creative. But always, let the AI interview you. Based on the first one, it's gonna uncover thing and ask you. I know some of you right now you're asking, why is he asking me this question? Oh, I even forgot this part about myself, or oh wow, I forgot to even add this part. Let it interview you from the first draft and uncover things, and now you will have your full. And like I said earlier, once you finish the whole thing, you answer. Try to be pretty fast in your answer so we can stay on time. We still got almost 2 minutes, 1 minute something left. And then now you're gonna later on upload that from that whatever AI you're using. And if you're using 2 or 3 AI, just say, hey, this is my master prompt. Moving forward, take that in consideration with all our interaction, meaning you and the AI, you know. So do that, answer your questions. And then when the time is over, I just want someone to honestly tell me, oh, wow, he asked me a question that if he didn't ask me, I didn't think to add it. Just 1 or 2 people. That would be good to hear. If he did, I'll assume he did because if he's asking you that, it's because he didn't put in the first draft. Yeah, right. Okay. And then so we did part A. Part A was you driving, part A here was you drafting your initial prompt. Part B was you now being interviewed by the AI. And we're gonna do a part C. You see, these are like when you're building a house, when people are digging the hole and doing all that, it doesn't look like anything. It's like, oh, it's even boring or stuff. No, these are the things you do, or you see YouTubers or things when they're doing things is flowing. It's because they did the proper setup. They got the basics covered. You know, a house, if you see a house that is they're digging deep, 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 you want to assume that is, you know, the taller the house, the deeper the foundation has to be. So once you get this on now, you will see that you operate on another level. Now, when you see a prompt or an answer, just don't jump in and execute it. You know how to interact better with the AI. And then people will be like, oh, wait, your answers or your work is always different because you're not copying just from the AI. You're doing what you AI is just a tool for you, but it's still originally from you, you know? Just saving time by structuring, correcting mistakes and small stuff. But the content, the substance shows that you are smart and a capable person, and which all of you really are, you know? All right, I think my time is up. Time is up, but I just want to ask nicely, is anybody still being interviewed? Who is not done? If you're not done, uh, just put a no in the comment. If you're not done answering the questions, just type a no in the comment. I can give 1 or 2 more minutes to do that.
If we don't see a no, it means everybody's done.
Yes, okay, I see a no. All right, I'm gonna give 2 more minutes. Please try to remember, you can always redo these to perfect. You're just learning. Okay, no, no, no. All right, I'm gonna add 2 more minutes, and after that, we're gonna move to C, to the level C. So remember the structure. We went from initial draft, being interviewed by the AI, and now we now being interviewed, and we're gonna do the part C. Okay, so after the 2 minutes, I'm gonna assume. Okay, while they're doing that, for those who are done, uh, I'm gonna just pick someone. Please, so we can, manage time and get a lot done. I want you guys to really be able to learn a lot from this. Um, is there anything the AI asked you that, right away when you did the first draft, you didn't think about? You can just raise your hand and say yes, or open your mic and just say yes.
You can just
Yes.
open the mic, say yes, and then explain. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, pick one of the question and say, oh yeah, when I did the first draft, I didn't think about this one. And he asked me one particular question. Austin, I'm gonna pick on you. Did the AI ask you a question that you did not include in the first draft?
Yeah, it has multiple.
Okay, good. That's good to know. So that makes you, how do you feel about that?
Um, Most of them were actually like kind of complex. Like I didn't actually think of them. Like I
Awesome.
have to start
That's
like
a goal.
rethinking.
That's a goal. I want you to get you to be thinking, and then you begin to actually, whatever you thought of yourself as master prompt, you begin to be like, oh wow, there's more to about what is my master prompt than the basic stuff. So I like to hear that, and I'm gonna pick on a lady now. Daisy, you want to tell us something? Is there any question that I ask you that you
I
didn't
am,
think of?
no, I'm still prompting, sir.
So you
Okay.
mean the questions have not started coming to you yet?
I've not sent my master prompt.
Okay. Cheesy, you want to tell us anything?
Cheesy is actually in motion. I gave her permission
Okay.
to join, yeah,
Okay.
because
Okay.
she was running an errand and she couldn't get to the
Good. Good.
office on time.
Yasant, you want to tell us anything?
Yes, it did. Particularly on my personal relationship with the people. So I didn't
Okay.
think about. I was thinking about career-wise, and my personal things. But relationship with people, I didn't feed it that. But it's giving me questions based on my personal relationship with people.
Awesome. Do you like Are you grateful they ask you that to compliment it, or how do you feel about it? Does it make a difference to you?
It's making a lot of difference because it's what I'm seeing on the screen. They are deeper than this thing is deeper than
That
what
just
I
just surface level, right?
yeah, it's deeper than
That's
what
good.
I
Now, if
probably
you
think.
think this is deeper, thank you so much for your contribution, Yasen. Wait till next week you start using AI. It won't be like the same AI you'll be using for your work because of the master prompt we're gonna finalize, and probably later on some of you on your own time finish. You'll be like, oh my God, you're gonna not only just answer work, actually do, because my goal is to, get you guys to not just prompting, be able to actually do work, build something that can make something, but I wanted to make sure we all understand that. Okay, I think the time is up. I even went past that. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next step, right? So the next step is of course, we already did that technically. So what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to paste this prompt in here. So let's just say you've done interviewing with the AI. I'm going to now tell the AI, now rewrite my master prompt using everything I've told you, meaning the first draft plus the interview. Make it comprehensive, specific to my Nigerian context, and ready to paste it, at the top of any new chat, you know? So now you have it. But like I said, based on the type of AI you're using, you can you can paste it on a new AI, but if it's the same AI, you can just tell it moving forward for any new chat, consider this master prompt. So that way you don't even need to copy and paste like someone asked earlier. I think it was Ernest, I believe, or it was Namdi. No, I think it was Austin. It was Austin who asked
It
that
was
question.
Austin. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Sorry, please, can you explain your last statement? I didn't quite get it.
Now, my last statement is, what I paste here for you to do. After you do that, you don't need to copy your master prompt every time you start a new chat. You can do that before you start, after run this prompt first. When you're done with your interview, it's gonna rewrite your full prompt and everything, and you have that. Now, if you're using ChatGPT, Gemini, and all that, then I will copy that, then tell it, hey, this is my master prompt. Start using it moving forward as a knowledge base. But if you're staying within the same, you can also always copy and copy in a new chat, but you don't have to tell it moving forward for any new chat. I need you to consider this master prompt. So anytime you open a new chat, you don't need to paste it. It will connect the nodes and already know. Did you get that?
Yes, I got it.
Thank you. All right. So we went from A, A was your initial draft. B, he interview you like you on a job interview with questions that goes deeper than the basic my name and stuff. And later on, I know this is a time constraint, so later on in your own time, you can still refine it based on the stuff you're working on and things. You can spend time to really work it out, other aspect, other things you want to learn and do, so that it is complete. I know the minutes I give is not enough. I mean, the rewriting should be fast. Once you're done with the interview, paste the copy the prompt I paste there and add it. So the rewriting should be pretty fast. And then we're gonna move to, you know, to the next topic, productization. Again, all these are really first level of productization. I know in other instances we'll be able to um, to do that. We already covered all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I use Claude by whatever you're using, just ask it to rewrite your prompt. So, we write the initial one, we go to the interview, question, answer, all of that, and then ask it to rewrite, and you have your final. By the way, when you're done with your final, based on the one you're using, you can tell it just put it in the doc or PDF or whatever for you to download. You can also manually copy it, paste in a doc, a Google Doc or whatever, Word document, download it, and share with the other AIs you use. And then we're gonna move to productization when you're done. So have you learned anything new from now? Or is it boring? If it's boring, tell me. I'm gonna go drink coffee and take a walk. I say I'm being boring this morning. Have you learned anything new at all? Or am I being boring?
No, you're not boring, sir.
I feel like I'm boring. When African tell you are not, maybe we know each other, right? You're trying to
No,
tell
you're
me I'm
not,
being
sir.
boring.
You're not boring, sir.
You're not, sir. We've learned something new.
Okay, I appreciate that. I hope you will learn more from that. All right. Okay, so you see, it seems at the beginning, it seems a little like nothing different, or uh, it's just small stuff. This is the small stuff people take the time to set up. And after that, whether they're doing videos, they're doing images, they're doing that, they get ahead of everybody. Just like I said earlier, simple life. You cannot walk and just come and ask someone about something you guys never spoke about. You guys don't have a relationship. You're talking about a classmate from 1990 something, 1980, like, hey, do I even know you? I don't know. Oh, we always greet. Yeah, but I don't know anything about you. So basically, this is what we do. Now, productization, while you guys are finalizing, I'm going to jump on and start talking about that. So you see, at the end of everything, all the image tools, all the agents you learn to build, all this stuff, that sounds good. But please don't get stuck like 90% of the people. I don't want them to just be like fancy things you are doing, but they're not actually doing work. You want to learn to product it. How do you take something, turn it into like a product, something that someone else can probably pay for to use as a service or solve a problem? Because when you solve a problem, two things gonna happen to you. They just say 200 naira. For the example, even if it's $1, there's the money you're making, but you're gonna have a higher sense of purpose. You're gonna be like, it's just not the money. Oh, actually, it's helping this person do this. It's helping this business, that company do that. So I want you to start thinking about it this way. Otherwise, the entire world has access to AI. What makes a difference? You have to be able to productize it, and turn it into a service, turn it into a product that can actually do something. Otherwise, what's the difference? The whole world has access to ChatGPT. The world has access to Gemini for, Nano Banana for images. The world has access to whether it's iLeaf, whether it's Milt, whether for all the videos, AI video, content creating. The difference is you have to be able to turn AI capabilities into sellable product, like I put here, especially in your market in Nigeria. So while you guys are still doing the prompting, I'm gonna have to run on this. So, for instance, I know some of you, I've been informed you learn about building agents and stuff, right? But don't just limit to just building random agents. Like I said at the beginning, you need to be scanning around and see what are the problems. Maybe there's a store in the neighborhood. What can I do to help their business, to add value to their business? It could be, just this week, use an internally to deliver faster, better work, a content creator, that you can actually design an agent that is specialized in Nigerian content. Although you can say, oh, there are already agents out there, forget that. You can build something that's your differentiator, meaning that's what sets you apart. If I have to build something for a Nigerian market, I have to start from scratch. You already know that. You already know the lingo, meaning the language. You already know everything that if an American, French person live there, they have a lot of work to do. Build an agent based on your environment, right? And do that. And one of the homeworks that I was going to have you guys do is I need you to build an agent that will serve your team there. What is one thing that you can build that you guys will come up with? I'll give that then, but I'm just saying it. Build an agent that you guys will come up with the ideas. That's actually because you guys already know enough to build a product or to build something, an agent that will be doing service for people and they are paying. We can help you with connecting the payment system, all this stuff, but the original idea, you need to be able to come up with it. Okay. And I will give you a method, always come up with like 3 agents that can do 2 different things, not just text agents like chatbots only. That's one. You want to do an agent that can do actual work. I built agents that can move file here, put it here, do automation by itself, do things like actual work. That, whoa, if a business, small business see, they will be like, whoa, actually it's helping, it's doing real work. You don't want to limit to just agents that are just like chatbots. On another thing, we can focus on one topic and then be able to actually do a lot of labs so you can get it. But I want you to get the concept. So level one, you want to do AI assisted services. Look around the neighborhood, look around the city, right? The good thing with AI is you don't need to go explain to them. Find a business that is struggling, find a business idea, go and build it, use the resources you have, and go and show them and say, hey, I built something, you want to take a look. If you use this, and then you probably already build it for their business, this can do this, can save you, this can do that, it can make it easy for you. Level two, AI powered product. You want to build a tool, that's powered by AI that can access things, for instance, right now, in Francophone areas and Anglophone area where they speak French and English, the CVs are not written the same way. A lot of people don't know. You can find something that, although there are CV writers out there that people are using or ChatGPT, no, you can find one. Okay, by the way, someone I know on the internet just is making tons of money right now because he just built an AI that can score a CV. While ChatGPT can write your CV and put all the stuff, sometimes, by the way, there are cases where you shouldn't even use AI to write your CV because he add other things and add things that you don't need, and then even it can lie on your resume. And if you don't read it well, you don't even know, and you go get stuck on a resume. But he build like a product. Any resume you throw at it, he has an algorithm that is built on the back end. He can rate your thing with precise things, not just the sounding good resume and even match it to say this company, most of the people they hired, the resume had this format, he has this, he has that. And people are willing to pay because after you're done with ChatGPT and all this stuff you need, so this is just an example. You can, just build one that is specialized in, Nigerian jobs for like a particular area, maybe for nurses. You don't need to be everywhere. Just something that is specialized for the hospital staff. You can write it for education. The way education is in Nigeria and even Benin or anywhere that was different. Just your market. Okay, start in your market. Find something. Maybe in the educational space, you want to make something easier. Maybe you want to build a whole platform. Those are like SaaS, which one day we could talk about service as a product. That's what SaaS stand for. You want to build a whole software platform that does something really that people can use, people can pay for. I needed to start thinking. You have all these tools. That's when productization kicks in. Build something that you can actually use to serve someone and get paid. But the assignment is start finding something you can build for your team there, okay, for the hub there. Brainstorm, so everyone come up with one idea, line up the ideas and qualify them, extract them to 3 ideas. And from the 3 ideas, take the priority one, the easiest to build and deploy quickly. You start with that one and build something, okay? Okay, I'll start running a little bit due to time. One of the things that works right now in Africa is WhatsApp for AI. People are downplaying this, but it makes a lot of money because people are selling on WhatsApp. But there are tools you can use. It reorganizes people, WhatsApp and product, and people sell directly. And it increases how much people can sell because you reach it out to groups and communities, right? Just, take this. I can make it bigger for those who want to see. I just put a few for you guys. This is very like just to give you the idea. There are plenty, good one for small businesses, the AI bot, but not like old one that can help with orders quickly and send link and even refer people. You can build one for Instagram. Again, this doesn't mean that is what you have to do. Is the idea I'm giving you. A proposal writing only for Abuja. Not don't say they can just use ChatGPT. Business people don't think like that. People don't want to waste time doing things that is complex and they keep want to know and learn and learn. You find something that is solving their problem. So identify the problems and build. The CV and cover letter. every country, every industry have like their code. Build one that does that and add a little bonus. When someone finish building their CV, it gives it a grade. You really see if, this can be hireable, like you can get them to be hired. Private schools in Nigeria, right? With under-resourced teachers, AI lesson plans, quizzes and report and comment. And I mean, I put basic stuff. This is, I use this for training and I adapt it to there. I'm just giving you have better ideas than I have when it comes to Nigeria. You know, Build something, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa localization. We have in Africa a lot of our parents, a lot of our, citizens, a lot of them unfortunately don't know how to read or use a location system. You can build something, maybe your leverage is automatically they can get the thing in Hausa or Igbo. So you don't need the complicated things. Find a small part where you can make a change and productize your agent. Otherwise, if you just build an agent, it's just talking, talking, but it's not actually doing work. Okay. Again, this is just a sample of basic. I try to keep it basic for understanding. Otherwise, I build way much complex agents that are actually doing complex work. But I need to start thinking productization. How do I turn this into. And in 30 seconds, right? I'm gonna give you this prompt that I have here. You're gonna paste it into your AI. If you want to just, okay, later on, you can always work on that. So basically what it says, I pasted in the chat, but I'll just read it quickly. I want to build an AI-powered product or service for Nigerian market. Now, my background, remember, you won't need to actually say my background, all of that. You can still do it for the example, but at least your master prompt is there. Now he knows your background. Instead of giving you a new idea that you're just going to start from scratch about the whole Nigeria, it's going to say, based on your background and your skills, try to build this particular thing, suggestory specific, practical AI product. Let me make this one small, just make it bigger, and then pick from there. I could launch in the next 30 days. Don't start with complicating things. You know, I'm able to do complex things today because of my background in software and firmware, in network, in cybersecurity, even other technologies that I'm very well versed on because it's been my entire background since I was in probably middle school all the way. It's always technology has always been my thing. Even encryptions. I've done encryption when there was no computer to learn to do encryption. We did encryption manually, learn all of that. So this is, again, you can always remember everything I'm giving you is just general context. You can always tweak this a little bit the way you want. Something that you can build for the next 30 days, and then it's gonna use your background. You can add more, you can add more areas. It doesn't have to be education, finance, healthcare, and logistic. Anything you see in your environment that you want to do, add that industry, okay? And it's gonna go ahead and then help you with maybe 3 ideas and pick one and focus on it 30 days. If we give you the plan, try to challenge yourself to build it. With all they will tell you based on your background, it's going to also tell you the tools you need to use, all of that, right? Okay. Now I'm running in speed now, but again, write any question so that later on you'll be able to, this is just more um, you know, suggestion, product. You can do ebook guides, ebook and guides. You can do templates. By the way, I will show you something. You can sell templates online. You can build templates that people always struggle to do. Just use AI, build a nice template and list it on Etsy. I know a lot of Nigerians sell on Etsy, but later on I will talk to um, Mr. Okoye about how we can structure that, to help you guys try, business plan services. Just don't just say that there is ChatGPT. Come up with your own original idea. How can I make it better? What is missing in when people go to create business plan? Course script or workbooks. You can do the newsletter services. What else do I have hidden here? Proposal generator, right, report summarization services, because if you have a paid service, you run Notebook LM, I would show you how to use it very soon. So this is like, again, your limit is yourself. Honestly, your limit is yourself. You can come up with any of the ideas and stay on it. So now I want to show you Notebook LM introduction for those of you who never use Notebook LM. Let me just open it here. Notebook LM, and I'm just gonna go back to just open this. So Notebook LM, just go to, it's a Google product. You can access it for free for now. And then actually you can do a lot of things for free on it. If you never use Notebook LM, this is one of the smartest tools Google has created, AI powered. And then once you go in there, we're just gonna click on, you know, create new. So I put it in the chat. Everyone, please open Notebook LM, and you're gonna see how it does. This you wanna. I use Notebook LM now almost every day. You can use it to plan a lot of things, and it help you with a lot of things, that you can do. So basically, when you open Notebook LM, you can log in with your Gmail. By the way, you don't need to create a new account. You can just log in with it because it's part of Google. So I will be doing it again since this is recorded. You can always review. So you can start, it does a couple of things, it has an interface here. I can type whatever I want, on here. And then you can, it gives you a start. You want to start a project, learn or understand something, or create a podcast. But we're going to do something different. Okay. I know I have your website somewhere. Can someone paste your website on the chat for me? Anybody just type the website of the hub?
You can paste
I know.
GCC Creatives and then the GCC, the hub itself.
Okay.
Praise. I'm sure you have it.
Yes. Yeah. Anybody just type it in the chat for me so I can just copy easily. So while someone is sending it, I'm just gonna tell you. So you can add any resource. When you click here, add resource, you can add, upload a file, even a website, even to directly to your Google Drive, everything. And you can reorganize everything in your Google Drive, have you create product, map things out. And by the way, once you learn this, I want you to go out, find a client, okay? Find a business in your area. Okay, good. So I'm gonna start with GCC, okay? I copy the link of GCC. So I'm gonna say website, okay? Add a website. And then I know maybe it's new to you. I just want you to learn Notebook LM. We're gonna add this as our source and then just say insert and then just let it work, okay? And on this panel, on this side, I can decide I want audio from the website, a slide deck, a video, a mind map, or anything. Okay, so it said GCC Creative is a multi-faceted agency dedicated to turning digital concept into reality. Blah, blah. Okay, now it got the concept, what the source I want to operate from. I'm going to show you. The source can be anything. I even prepared a PDF that I would dump in for you guys to see. Now, once it did this, I can prompt and tell it to do something about GCC. But before I prompt it to do anything, I'm just going to say create an audio. It's going to take a few seconds. It's going to generate an audio. Hopefully, when I play it, you guys can be able to hear the audio. Or maybe I can just share in the comment and you guys can see it. And then while it's doing that, I don't need to wait. I can tell it to create a video. I can select the video style. Just for example, is it whiteboard? I can do custom and even insert things, title, everything that I want. I can change language as well here, Creole. It can do it, right? And this is one of the free tools that you can actually use. I'm just gonna say retro print or whatever, right? And I can add in my prompt. I can say focus on, I can say focus on introduction, introducing the organization. Okay, this is just basic stuff for you guys. And I can say generate. Okay, it's working on that. Simultaneously, it can be working on anything. How about a map mind? I love map minds, by the way. Mind maps, I mean mind maps, not map mind. So it'll be generating both, right? Again, this is before I give her instruction to do complex things. And then one of the homework that I want you to do is after you learn, okay, the mind map is ready because that one is already done. Let's take a look at that. So this is the map mind is designed for GCC right away. It said, call mission. And when I open, I see the call. Let me actually make this bigger so we can have more real estate on the screen here. So, let me we'll pull this a little bit, right? When I pull one, I see that, okay, I have, transforming ideas, impactful thing. You can create this and charge businesses. Hey, I can create a map mine for your business. So, you have the file when you go somewhere or put it on your website. When someone go on your website, they see your organization, things, or what you do, things are structured. I can close this back. I can leave it open and I can open another one, here all together. It's still target audience, startups, growing business. Just use this to create a simple map mine. Even if I have a presentation too, I can use this quickly to map it simply. You can close it back if you don't want, open another one. You can open all at once, by the way. This is just simple, tool. And I'm just going to open all of them, but it's going to be big, and then you can make it always smaller here and scroll to see what's going on. So this is for GCC, promotional educational videos, or I saw that on your website last time when I review it. So this is an example, and you can come here on the chat and tell it to change something or do whatever. This is just an example. So let's go back to the studio. Okay, we're gonna go back to the studio. Okay, video generating. Okay, it failed for some reason. I'm gonna redo it. I mean, I didn't give you more context for the video, by the way. While he's doing that, flashcards, we're going to create flashcards. Again, don't say that this is basic. I'm keeping it basic for a reason. You can prompt and do. I can come here and add something in the prompt and do complex, very professional, complicated stuff. It has an advanced version where you really need to have technical background. We integrated that in some of our stuff we do. The advanced stuff, it does very complex stuff, like you even still need to do work because it's very complex, right? Infographics. I'm gonna say, hey, create some infographics. We want some infographics for GCC, right? Do that. You can create table data. I mean, depends on your staff. You can even create a quiz where when people come in the platform, they answer stuff like that, right? Okay, create the flashcards. Let's go take a look. Videos, of course, take longer to create. What is primary specialization of GCC? We can scroll. GCC create focus on providing tailored solution for da da da. What are the two main stuff, and you can answer, you can, see answer. You can flip to see answer. If, I'm going to just say this and they say, oh, I didn't get it. Maybe I'll get it next time. These are, again, don't think of it as this. You can create something for stores who are doing, it doesn't have to be questions about the organization. I need you to think broader. You can create a system where they're using to interview people to capture something. You can even add sound to it if you want to, cover letter, value on time. I'm gonna say this on, on purpose. Yeah, it says that, I didn't get the answer. And I can say that and say, oh, I got it, whatever. GCC Creative promises that every solution is crafted to meet the client. I say this, it say I got it. And then, which GCC Creative services involve managing a brand presence on social media. I'm gonna say this. Oh, I didn't get it. So again, these are quick stuff, but you can integrate this. Okay, you can click here and shuffle it if you want, but you can integrate this into a lot of systems to do. This is just basic, right? Let's go back to the studio. So if you go back to the studio, I see that it's still doing the audio. You're gonna see how it does a good, very good presentation of GCC. You can go and talk to businesses and tell them, hey, I'm going to, don't even tell them you're going to do. Since this is free, you guys come up with the ideas, go out and identify stores and come and write the information down. If they don't have a website, come and enter the information, get the logo, everything, generate a nice voicing presentation with like a mind map or anything, package it very well, and go and say, hey, how would you like something like that? Oh, I designed something for you guys. This can help you do that. It does a better presentation of your company, and then you begin to price it. But now, take it one further. You can integrate this in your agent, where when someone comes with their idea, they enter and the agent creates like their map mind and stuff. So you got to be creative. I'm just keeping it very, very simple. I have like advanced training where I do spread it longer on multiple sessions where we take one element, we go all the way each element, right? So again, I wanted to introduce Notebook LM to use a Google free tool out there you can use, right? For infographics. So this is done to bring vision to life. Okay, let's check what it did for GCC. See, this is infographics you created at once. Instead of spending your time on Nano Banana doing that, you can have this somewhere printed as an art, put it in your office or your building somewhere. Also, and then by the way, I didn't prompt anything yet. This is just raw from the analyzing the website. Okay, I didn't prompt anything, right? And then it says what you do, everything that is in here. You can create pretty good, nice infographics. So if you find companies that have businesses that sell different products, why don't you go and create them, add their logo, create something nice like that, sell it to something, and do a whole package where they have the map mind, they can click, they say, oh wow, this shows a very good structure of the organization. We can place it somewhere for someone to see. Okay. All right. So this is it. And the videos usually take a little, and audios take longer. And especially I didn't provide context, but I just wanted you can do it. I can create quizzes. I can create reports. But it becomes so powerful when you can prompt. You can tell it to do things that are not even here. Okay. Things that are not here, you need to prompt and tell it what to do. And then, usually stuff like images and stuff, they're pretty quick, like mind map. But videos and audios, while we keep going, I will keep it running. When we finish, we're all gonna listen to the audio. You're gonna see that it's not like any AI who just does random audios and stuff. It's pretty good, right? So you have the link, go try Notebook LM, get creative about it, do something about it, do something with it. And then remember when I say productization, build an agent, do that. On agents, there are a lot of things that I wish we had the time to teach you on that. Let's keep moving on. While it's running, if you want report, you can do slide decks. You can do slide decks for just transform a business, create a fun print for a business slide deck, not like a presentation and a topic on a particular business, package all of that, and then now needed to build an agent on GCC platform. You can actually do it where now when you sell to one client one thing, you can tell them, hey, now you can go, if you go on our website, you can just do that and we will hook up like a payment system. They can just put and they do it directly. So you need to start thinking that way, right? All right. So again, this is just by adding the website. I'm gonna probably do a new one, and I'm gonna add something like a source, but I'm gonna do it probably on a new chat. I'm gonna create another one while this one is running. I'm gonna upload a file. Do I even have the file ready? Let me see. 1 second. Yeah, I think I have a PDF that I plan to share with you guys. Okay, let me stop sharing for 1 second. Let me get the file. Okay, I have it. I have it. I want to make sure I have it in the right spot. Yeah, I got it. I named it Nigeria something training. Oh yeah, I have it actually. Okay, let me go back and share my screen while this is running. Share screen here. And put it back on Node LM, share. Okay. So this is, let me move this back to, oh, yeah, put this one back there. Facebook open here. Okay, Notebook LM. This was the example. So wait, let me get this back up here. So what do you see on your screen right now?
Google Docs.
The Google Doc. Okay, I want to put this up here. I have so many things. Okay, the Google Doc. So let's go back and see if it's finished here. Okay, it's still doing the other one. So on this time, I'm gonna just upload a PDF that I created here. I'm just gonna upload it. It's a PDF that has a lot of information that I put in. And from the PDF, you're gonna see also what it does. It's gonna, summarize the PDF and say, this is about, I just created something funny about myself. Tieyiwe provides a comprehensive framework for Nigerian practitioner to master provided, something like that, right? And from the PDF, by the way, that PDF has a lot of information that I put together last week for the example. And I'm gonna just say, probably infographics, create an infographics from that. While it's creating that, I can also say to just create a slide deck and create a mind map and also make a video about it. I'm just gonna say auto detect, so probably it can be faster, and detect. So you can dump a file, you can even put a YouTube video, download the YouTube video and link the YouTube video to it. Because on sources, you can add a lot of things. You can add a website, you can copy and paste text, you can do that. And then the power of Notebook LM comes in the prompting. You can prompt to change a lot of things there directly and import it. Okay. So you get the idea, but I'm gonna keep running. I'm gonna keep this one open while it's running so we can keep moving on. All right. So Google AI Studio, you know, who use Google AI Studio here? Have you ever used Google AI Studio?
Yeah, I do.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now with Google AI Studio, one thing, who's familiar with GitHub? Okay. With Google AI Studio, one thing that I uh, just go there and log in that I want to teach you. Let's say you build a website from here. I would say, actually, I could just do this and say build a website. No, build a website for GCC. And then I'm just gonna give it random. Let me see, where is the chat? Where is the chat? Uh, okay, the chat is here. Copy this and say, refer to, and I tell it to build. One thing you could do when you're done building with Google Studio, you can actually host the whole thing for free now, import it to GitHub. Maybe on another session, I'll teach you how to do that. Import it to GitHub, package the whole thing, add all these agents. Again, I mean, if you're gonna do work for like a professional company or something, there are other tools you want to use for something because the backend has to be solid, right? So from here, you can connect your GitHub. I guess a lot of people might want to learn GitHub. I can just take another time and teach you fully how to transport the files from um, Google AI Studio to GitHub, create the whole thing there, and now you can host it and find find projects in the neighborhood you can do, right? While it's creating all of that, I'm just gonna sit around. Now, usually I still code a lot. Um, I don't rely on AI I rely on AI on basic stuff that I was gonna do anyway. And then, as a developer, I still code hardcore a lot the backend and stuff because there are things that the AI is still not gonna be able to do. You have to know the architecture of what you're building. You got to know on what platform is going to be used. The client probably want another payment system, all kind of accommodations that AI is like you using different tools and things to build it, right? So of course, this is a CSS file here, this is that, and it's still building, so we can see the preview. This is just a raw code, right? And then when it finish, we're gonna be able to see the preview, here. So let's say, oops, go back to preview. Let's say, I just say based on that, build that. This is basic stuff. Once it's done, now you want to package this, including Notebook LM that we learn. You can prompt here and then get the credentials from the Notebook LM and insert it directly here. I don't know if you're getting the idea, you see? And then now package it the whole thing in a way that, okay, you have 3 layers, right? Although this is still baby step, you can, the agent connect LM and then keep an interactive phase where you're prompting for the updating. And now you need to host it on GitHub for professional deployment and stuff. Again, this works for like small businesses and stuff. Like the US is not a standard. If you're gonna build something, we use like hardcore tools. Code need to be solid, security reasons, agents, advanced agents. Like, I have agents like right now. They can move one file from here to here, send the email and text to me. All those are basic agents, right? Text to me is basic. but they can move file, they can do complex tags, move it, do all of that. So once I've done with that, it did all of these based on the one that I created. So one homework I needed to write down, I wanted to do, I needed to refactor another version of the GCC website. And I need an agent to be on the website. Figure out, you can do it. Figure out how, you guys come together with the ideas and build it. Include an agent that is acting directly on the website that can take action and prospect in the neighborhood. You can do that. With everything I told you, if you dig a little deeper, you can just say in the area you live in, hey, go on Google, prospect this area in the neighborhood. Tell me the businesses in this and this area. Tell me what the website is doing. Come and read their website. Go and fix their website and take it to them and show them first, hey, your website is missing this. I'll give you an example. We're doing maintenance, but it should work. This is my company's website. Okay. Can you see this right now?
Yes, we see it.
Okay. I'm going to do something real quick. It's going to be I'm giving a lot of homework. I'm going to follow up. So make sure you take note and do it. If I go to, some of our free tools here, scanner, check our website. Okay. We're going to just check it to see what's going on. All right. This is an internal tool that we built, hard coded. Is giving you a score of 64. So all of you who are here, this is one of my agents I want to talk to much. I don't want to talk to it yet. So inside here, this is the score it's giving you. You see, it didn't detect any artificial intelligence on the platform, which I want you to build an agent. Just, the basic agents using Make and stuff. Those are what I call basic agents. I build basic and also advanced agents that are doing with complex backend. But just start small. There is no such thing as advanced by itself, like I said. Remember. So everything that is read in here, these are the things I want you to fix. Go back. If you use a prompting system to create, go back and fix it. The website loading can be better. Okay, the website loading can be better. Okay, the latency. You want something that loads really fast. Okay, and then I want you to fix the AI personalization, automate it to capture CRM, just automate that, and then begin to transform the GCC platform. Again, all of you are gonna find one idea of a product or something you can sell in the neighborhood, and all of you are gonna come together, design 3 products, not just like I know how to build an agent, farm 3 products. I know later on I'll work with Obi to see how we can do that. But find actual product that you can work for. GCC will help you package it, price it, help you connecting the payment system like Nigeria using API. It's very easy. And then you can do that. And then you begin to see, oh, wow, make the hub GCC something powerful. An environment where now you guys have a hub. Build a platform where you guys have your admin, all of you log in. Okay, I'm saying a lot of things, but I need you to write it down. You have an admin, all of you log in, you see the task and the work, the different project, assign it. Who's working on this thing, who's working on this. The small things go in the neighborhood. I keep bringing that up because I know it works. Okay, go find the small businesses who own stores or restaurant. See what they're not doing. Go and design something with the business name and anything. Just don't talk to them. Go and show them, hey, who's the manager? I have something to show you. Take your laptop, go and show them. You'll be shocked. Or, find all the errors or all the things missing on the website and go and fix it. Use AI to fix it, right? And then go back and then, it's going to give you more confidence. Listen to them, listen to their needs, and go back to thinking like we did on master prompting. Most businesses don't have a master prompt. You can charge people for that. Some of them don't have the tools, some of them don't know. A lot of people don't even know the interview process. I came up with the interview process probably in 2022 or 2023. And later on, I started seeing other people. It was already in the tech space. I was like, no, based on how AI works, because 2016, 17, I was working with a company and we're starting to build AI product, especially on the data side to make decisions and stuff. So you understand internally how it works. Let it interview me for this thing to make it better. Like all of you were interacting with complex question, like deeper question, you see that, wow, this is not super level. And then you can fix it. And then you can price first thing, I will fix your website this way and that. And second, oh, guess what? this will give you more visibility. They want like stuff like MapMind they can post on social media, on their platform, so people say, let's just go back to Notebook LM quickly to see if the oh, was it this one? I think I opened two of them. Yeah. Okay, now I have like, the blueprint is done here of whatever I put on. Look, from prompting to profit. That's actually the training we're doing that I put on a simple PDF from prompting to profit. Look what it did. He just created everything, the 5 levels. Companies don't have things like that, that every time they show up in a customer, they have to run to fix something or it's just old stuff. They have something that is pretty clean with all the elements. So if I was selling this training, right, I can go and finish and package this nicely. Everything you guys need to know the step by step, right? Create training, the stuff that you are learning, teach it to somebody else, but do it on the platform with, GCC on the platform, package it there because now you have an organization that someone can trust, right? And then, of course, if you need technical help, we can always come and help you, right? So be creative. So now I have the whole thing that I'm teaching you guys right now because remember the PDF that I dump in here. I put it in the PDF. Last week I extracted everything, dump it there, just put everything. This is the AI platform, education, all the sections that we saw. Look, I already have something to send you guys, but I can still even just send you this guy, and I can play it too. Look,
Wow.
you know,
All all within the time that we have been spending, and this was produced.
yeah, and then I can keep going. And then if I go back to the studio, and I can tell it I want to show you guys quickly. I'll just tell it to pick and do the video for us to see, what it can do with that. And then you can now on Google AI Studio, there's a lot in Google AI Studio that people don't know. People just stick on making small pages and stuff. Now that's really basic. You can do things and do integrations. That's what gives it the power. So I know you cannot learn everything in one day and everything, but dig deep. Okay, I'm gonna send you, a deliverable with the different step of stuff that you can review on top of this video that's been recorded. But you want to be able to do things, integrate things. Let me go back to where was it? Can't remember what window opening on, but anyway, you know, I was testing the thing. So I want you to fix all of these on the platform. Make sure there's an AI that is there. Make sure it load faster. I'll show you something. Let me test my own website here to show you. Just put chiplogix.com and just run it. All right. If I run my own website, all right, you're gonna see that my score is 91. The reason I don't have 100, this one, because of one particular client, we made an accommodation for one particular client who's using our platform. That feature, that LCP feature, because people use old phone, new phone, and all that. That's it. Otherwise, my score will be 100. Look at how fast my website loads. Excellent in 102 milliseconds. Milliseconds. How? Because of course, first of all, we provide those services and complex stuff. Our website need to be is actually a web app. Our website need to be top notch. You guys can also go to. I will share the website. Go to our AI Times. You always find nice articles there every day. Like last night, we had new articles about, like this. Let's just read this article quickly to show you how master prompting and having the knowledge of how things happen in the backend is good. You cannot rely on AI and forget your brain. Look, Ontario auditors find doctors AI note taker routinely blow basic fact. Basically, the AI is making up fact about patients. This is not cool because AI will say the patient has something that they don't have, and based on that, doctor can take action. It's because people did not educate themselves in AI, they just start prompting things and implementing. So what you are doing right now is very, very important. Look, auditors call AI medical note taker, inventing patient details. This is serious. Why? Because a lot of people don't know that AI hallucinates, meaning you want to force to just give you something. But now, moving forward, that you have a proper master prompt, you will see that things change. Even for businesses. So you are in a position to go help businesses. Don't say that what you know is little, is this. So again, I'll share the platform. You can share with you guys. we have small short articles that will enhance your knowledge and then give you ideas, on things that you are building, So we have like maybe an article about Africa, AI, and certain things on LN and all this stuff. They're always short. You can always, check. We always discard the old one, bring new ones. And now you have them, all the articles now in French. And so this is an article that I wrote for the US market here. And then you can have it now in French and in Swahili instantly. Now, because, it's Africa, I wanted to make sure it was available. But anyway, so let's go back to Not LM. So this is no, not this one thing that so where's the video? Oh yeah, because I have a lot of things going on right now on my on my server. But again, or maybe I can tell it to just make it short. You can always delete and restart or just say make it because the PDF is also pretty I just say classic. And you can don't forget you can prompt to change everything in the video. Okay, you can prompt down here and say, hey, I don't like this about it, do this, do that. What is a video product for presentation? What is the the mind map? What is the infographics? You can serve. Don't, again, with AI, it's easy. You don't need to go talk. Since it's easy, you take your time, understand what they're doing. Is there an office for patient, for whatever? Is there a store? Go figure that out and go and build this stuff and take it to them. I'm going to try to cover my last point with agents so we can move on while this is doing. Again, you have all this in the videos to dive on deep. I should have made the PDF a little lighter. It's pretty, you want to make the whole video. So anyway, we'll get back to that. We can make report, we can make the at least let's see if we can get the audio. All right, so let's move to where was I again? Right. PP. Okay, I think I was here. Or maybe, oh, actually, I already have it here. So let me put this one back on here. Okay, so we're gonna go back on this page to continue and try to finish back in here. Wait. I think I was, oh, I actually can just open it on that window so we don't have to do that. Let me see. I was hoping it was going to come quickly. All right, so let's just close this back. Yeah, so let's move on. Let's move on while it's doing, I would see. So again, uh we already went on what is Google AI? Of course, you guys know is 100% free. I think on another session I'll be able to show you get the advanced stuff. Don't stick to just the basic stuff, but I'll send this to you for you to learn some of the advanced stuff. You can always pick, don't just start prompting, always pick your model, okay? So for instance, if you want to pick your model. If you want to just, do something fast free, just use Gemini 1.5. Honestly, you can serve small businesses there with that. You can get your API key. For some of you who don't know the concept of this, or hopefully we can set another session and just, I wanted you to touch a little bit of everything. On another session, I'll be able to focus on one and just show you. But all of these are linked, pick the model and do that, and you'll be able to get the API key from Google Studio and connect it, okay? So running. So you know what Notebook LM is. You know what the audio overview is. Look, our Nigerian professionals use Notebook LM for research. By the way, if you go back on Notebook LM on the main page, there's a lot of resources you can use to learn. Of course, you know that. But also, like I said, don't stick to the general stuff. Dump something on it. Build something for a business. Client proposal. You can use it for it. Competitor research, podcasting, for those who are creating content. Okay, AI agent, let's touch up on that really quick. I know you guys learn to build agents, but I want you to approach agents differently. Okay, like I said, don't just limit to text or anything. that is just there because it's there, but it's not doing any work. Your prompt tells what to do once you are present, one task. Agent tells AI what to do automatically triggered by events running on schedule. Right now, from my phone, right now, when I'm out, I prompt to my AI when I'm out, and it's creating things, selling things directly on platform, building something from scratch, checking across stuff. And of course, we still have a team for the hard coding stuff, like for clients when we're building a software or something. Tools needed. Some of you are, you know, familiar with some of these tools. If you don't know N8N, it's very easy to use. Make, of course, you guys learn Make, right? It's easy. Zapier, you can do advanced automation. WhatsApp Business API. Like I said, this is easy and free. Go find businesses out there. Don't even tell them build, go to WhatsApp platform, get the API connect. These are small things. Here in the US, you cannot sell these things even anymore because people have them integrated into other stuff, uh, unless, proper software and stuff here. But the markets are different. Take advantage of your market. All these tools are stuff you need. Google Sheets, you can automate Google Sheets as well, you know, using Claude and all that. Now, this, I need you to really pay attention to this. I'll explain this quickly. There's something you want to really understand. It's true that you learn to, but a lot of people don't properly, build the agents the right way, right? A Lagos fashion brand gets 50 DMs daily. This is a practical example. These agents run 24 hours a day, right? But the way I'll plan my circuit is customer DM, AI reads the inquiry, auto reply send, logs to the sheet so the owner can see daily summary, right? But I can just use Make, Tools, Zapier, all of this can do it. But I need you to take it further. While I do that, right, these basic agents, like nothing crazy, right? What I want you to start thinking, which I will call probably another time, while he's doing that, can you have the agent inside even call the customer on their phone and conduct proper conversation to see were they satisfied with whatever article they're trying to buy? Would they like you to suggest them something the same way with like a less price? All these small things makes the difference, right? The agent can call, and while the agent is calling, can the agent escalate the call to the owner of the store? So all these you can learn, and you start getting into like not really advanced but moderate type of agents. How can he handle multiple things? If you create, can he go and move something and like give a discount without the person being there if the owner already created a discount code? Or if you don't want to miss the sale, you can build an agent that say, hey, you know what, since you reach out late this time, maybe through the DM, we're gonna apply a 10% discount to your sale. The customer will stay, and then the agent will still complete the sale. If you can do something like that, oh yeah, businesses will run to you and say, hey, GCC, build a small thing for us. You always ask them what their business does and everything, and then they will be able to provide the information you need to do that, right? AI monetization, right? You set up properly, monthly AI tool retainer, tell them how much, hey, we'll continue to maintain this thing for you. This is how much you pay. AI implementation contracts, go study the business, see what the needs are, come up together. I promise you, you guys are a strong team, strong enough to do this. Of course, you got to learn a little bit of the marketing language. Or these are small things you can learn, even from the AI. Just learn how to talk. Some of us who have been, doing this stuff before, full AI and all of that, but you can still sit down and learn, you know. And then now, even courses, right? If you have the courses on your platform, I'm coming to you, Yasin, write an AI that will sell those courses while you are not there. Write an AI that will take the link of those courses and lend it into social media and places where you don't need to do that and promote it directly, right? And write two AI that will talk to each other. I'm giving you an idea. I have an army of AI on a platform that I built. I set them to be having a meeting every day, once a day. The AI agents with different skills, they all talk and they fix each other and say, hey, what's going on? You are in charge of this. I build it with coded with skills to do a particular task, have the other AI check, and even have like a CEO as an AI that's coordinating all of them. And I have one that specializes in writing code hard. and then it escalates to us for hard stuff for us to code the most difficult stuff. You see, and I have one that is like a customer service. When customer has a problem, it will have the customer create a ticket. He grabs the ticket, log it in, and have permission to the customer screen now. I have it for a school platform that I built, and it will build now, log in the ticket, go and solve the problem, everything. If he is above his skill, he's going to escalate to another agent that has more skills. If he pass all of that, he's going to escalate to human beings. But most of the time, we build them very solid. They can do it. All right, yes, and go ahead with your question before I continue to wrap up.
Sorry, it's
Yeah,
not
go ahead.
actually a question. Your screen wasn't moving. I think it's static. Still on
That is it moving now?
No, it's still static.
Oh, okay. No, maybe okay, I don't know what happened. Is it moving now?
Not yet.
Okay, let me stop sharing and reshare.
It has
Maybe.
the hand. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I did not even realize that. So let me okay. Let me reshare. Maybe it would open in the right spot. Okay, better now?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's showing the
but
power. It's showing
Okay,
the
my
power.
apologies. My apologies. So this is what I was actually showing. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so what I was saying is here, you can set up these, charge, but like I said, the courses you already have on the platform, build an agent that will sell them and actually build a client. You can do it. You can set up the geolocation in your area and say, hey, advertise this to all these businesses who have a Facebook page in here. The agent can go and do it while you are sleeping. But again, it takes some skills to learn that and do that. Again, these are the areas where you can um, challenge and just, again, sometimes there's a lot to learn, but I wanted you to learn the concept. Sometimes it's not just the new thing. You can see where they are and just add value to it. Maybe you're saving them time, you're adding something that they already have, they don't know, you know. And then again, these are examples that I put. By the way, right now, one young guy in Burkina Faso, if I found the link, I would show you. He just built a better version of the AI agent for WhatsApp. And then I think the president received him a few days ago. That is, businesses just jump on it. It makes perfect sense. You don't even need to install it. He embedded it directly on WhatsApp. So he has a number. The AI agent has a number. If you save it on your phone, you will just be part of your WhatsApp contact. And directly you interact with it and it helping people do the sales, organize orders, and things like that. So again, your imagination will really be uh, you know, I like to always spend time on the basics before doing labs and hands-on stuff, so people understand where it's coming from. Now the AI challenge that I want you to do, I'm gonna probably try to copy these. I live in Nigeria, my skills are ta 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 ta, fill in the blank. I want to earn an extra 100K naira this month using AI. Give me two specific realistic. It looks like one of the things that we did before, but this is much more. Each a target customer type in Nigeria, what I would deliver, how long it takes to get my first client, and what to charge. Be practical, no vague advice. Okay. I'm gonna copy that and paste it for you to see. So let me see. Do I have uh, so wait. I think it's right here. Okay, this is the prompt. And I'm gonna give you that to paste it. That's the 100K challenge for you to do. So you can type that in and then just again, you don't have to do everything now, but you get wait, I have my other agent I want to talk here. He was popping. Okay, so again, this is it. You can just try that, adapt this the way you want, and then try to focus on that, okay, based on ideas you're working on. And then you will be able to do that. I'm gonna paste a series of prompts in the chat that you can use to do some of your stuff. that you're building. You can do demonstration on your own, but I really want to emphasize on, I'm gonna close with that. I really want to emphasize on, let me give you all these different for the different areas and see those that are put here. I prepared them just to share with you. Where is the all right, I'm gonna put these three examples on the chat. You can, again, this is just examples that I know that appear simple, but I did them on purpose. Okay, from there, tweak it the way you want based on that. But I really want everyone to, when I say work together to do to come up with those ideas. I really mean it. Come up with those ideas, build something, productize it. On the next section, we're gonna pick one area like build advanced agents or something like that. Deploy them. I will start with the free resources you can use to deploy the one that are not consuming a lot of tokens and stuff. So you can use that right away. How to deal with code, because sometimes the errors the AI cannot fix, there will be code out, teach you how you can deal with the code part. And beginning to gain, start getting knowledge in that area, right? So even the basics one you make with Make, you can still just purpose them in a way that they're solving a particular problem. Okay, so you can, again, if you're not in services, you're not in education, you can always mimic the one that I posted there and just do that, right? So I'm about to end, but before that, again, I know I had to run on certain things. Remember, on the different areas, you guys have different strength. Again, I give you this challenge to try and follow up. I'm gonna check maybe next week or 2 weeks. You guys talk to each other, please, form a team and come up with 3 solid ideas. And then everyone gonna target a business somewhere that they can find a need. And then if you want, I can make time to help you structure that, how to talk to them. But I will coordinate with Mr. Okoye to see how to do that. So with that said, thank you so much. This was me. I really try to run as fast as I can, basic stuff, but I always like to start basics because I don't really know where everybody is. I hope you learned something. When I tell you this is level 0, this is level 0. We build crazy things right now. Like this is level 0. And then, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. 1 second. So while I'm doing, I'll be back. Get all your questions down. I will answer all of them as much as possible.
Okay, thank you very much. While we're waiting for him to get back, can you put your questions in the chat? It's going to be more efficient. Praise, I know you have a question. Can you type it in the chat? Anybody else with a question, type it in the chat.
So my questions are kind of a lot, and they are mostly like, not sure, they are mostly aligned with the skills I have. So like, if I'm
Just
to type it in the chat,
type it
like
in
probably take
the.
a lot of time.
Are you gonna, when you ask him,
Okay.
won't it also take a lot of time? I know my
It's
background is
actually faster.
engineering. Engineers don't like to type too much. They want to talk it out. Whatever it is you're going to communicate by talking can be articulated also by writing. Try to articulate it, maybe in the course of answering. It will make this very efficient because the next thing he's going to be gone. He's probably attending to something in the office. Try to articulate as much as you can in writing. You may have a chance to also say it. But trust me, writing is very, very important to articulate one's ideas, thoughts, questions in writing. It's a powerful skill. Everybody needs to lock down the art of writing, putting your thoughts and questions in text.
Okay,
I mean, if he gets back on time before you finish, you have the first shot to ask a question. That will give you time. But you have to articulate and save time. Whether you're talking or you're
I think
writing, you have to articulate your thoughts. Chioma, do you have questions? I expect you should. Nam, did you
Yes.
have questions? I'm not seeing any question being posted. Nam, did you have questions? Namdi, can you hear me, or is your video frozen? There's no reaction either way. Do you have questions? Okay. Ebuka, do you have questions? You've communicated a lot, so I guess most of what is on your mind has been communicated, but do you have any specific question, Ebuka?
Yes, it's actually about the project I'm working on.
Can you articulate it in the chat so that when he comes, he picks them one after the other?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a way to.
All right, I'm here. Sorry, team. I had someone come in for some work and stuff, so I had to step away real quick. Sorry about that. Yeah, go ahead if you have questions.
No, thank you. We appreciate. We know you're at work and still finding time for this. Praise.
Of course.
Praise.
okay,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here, sir.
And
So,
also, if your questions is deeper than what we cover, feel free to bring it in. Yeah.
that, most of my questions are not like under what we covered. They're like questions that will help me to bridge the gap between to add AI to most of the skills that I use. Okay, anyway, most of the projects I'm working on, like they have to do with like AI and sensors and stuff. So I think I started doing research on that aspect, and I learned about cloud AI and edge AI. So my question is now like this: like I've already done research on edge AI, but I still have like it still kind of feels like it could, because according to what I read on about edge AI is like an AI ship, because cloud AI is online, edge AI is offline. So like edge AI is like an AI ship, then it has to do with embedded systems like C++, Linux embedded system. So it's not like sort of like how I see it is like it's most like a code, because it's electronics. So why is it not classified as AI?
At the last part, you were
And
cutting off. If you can repeat that part. You said
okay,
code. I heard the last word I heard was code.
okay, like based on what I learned about edge AI, I learned that it has a lot to do with AI chips like NVIDIA Drive and Snapdragon Quadrum and stuff. So like it kind of do like what I learned is that it has to do with embedded systems like C++, C Sharp, Linux embedded system and other embedded systems. So like it runs on the code I give it. So why is it not classified as AI? Since it's just like can't is it like it's not just a normal code itself? Like it's kind of confusing. I don't know if you
I'm
understand.
not sure I got the okay, I have another question, but I'll answer that. Okay. You see, AGI is still AI, but when you talk about artificial general intelligence, we're talking about, of course, we're leveraging the chips. Of course, you know that C++ is a level language. You know that really well. Lower level will mean that it's for hardware stuff, uh, mostly when we were IoT systems and stuff like that, right? So it's still an AI. Right now there's something that I need you to be aware in the AI world. Like right now, they will tell you that we've reached AGI, in some environment. Others will tell you we have not reached AGI. And I personally believe that we are there based on the advanced and classified stuff that I know already operating out there. So right now in the jargon of AI, you will hear certain things that is as classified as, but the truth is, at the end of the day, the engine is still AI because think about it this way: you have a technical background, and you know in AI we have mainly supervised and unsupervised models. You know that. At AGR level, it's like the AI is able to set its own objective, meaning without human intervention at all. We're not there yet officially, right? But we also there. So to leverage all these languages, lower languages on the chip level and do so at AGR level, probably we're talking as of now, maybe 5 or 10% human intervention. I don't know if I understood your question well. I would still call it AI. They really still consider AI because you don't have a powerful AI infrastructure. We have all these chips, you know, without all the chips. Uh, and then now the chips are even written. By the way, chip design right now is done more over 50% by AI. Just start from there itself, you know. Yeah, right now, if you look at TSMC, it's one of the best, I would say, when it comes to designing, um, you know, a semiconductor out of Taiwan. Um, they use AI. The chairman said they use AI. So again, it depends on really the jargon. I would consider them AI, you know, but AGI, when you really make it to AGI, you have an intelligence that can do pretty much everything and anything um, with less human intervention. I don't want to say zero, but with really less human intervention. And understand that, okay, this is the right now we are setting the objective of AI. But when you reach to AGI, the computer is setting its own objective. Or if you go to take it level to ASI, artificial superintelligence, right? Where it's like, okay, forget about these human beings. We know what is good. We know what is needed. We don't need the prompting to start the thing. That's another level. So I would say it's just semantics. It's just a language thing because some environment right now they will tell you we know we are not even reach AGI. But people who deal with advanced stuff, just knowing what I know, they will tell you, yeah, we are right there. You know, so it's a matter of who is talking and what. But I would consider right now, look, just consider that if the code itself running the AI now is written by AI, and then on chips that are not designed to process AI algorithm, I would call it AI, you know. But of course, if you're gonna do a professional presentation somewhere and talk technical, I would try to keep it to what people are using just for the sake of, you know, if you understand what I mean. I don't know if I answered your question, but feel free to retell it again. But okay, I see another question here, sir. You talked about creating an agent that solve people problem, which will earn you. What challenges are someone's going to face when starting an AI-powered business? Interesting. What challenges? There are many. Right now, I have a platform. Um, Well, we're launching soon, so I won't show you, but I'll show you later. Where it's like an AI marketplace where people can hire different AI agents with different skills. So the challenges is not really, um, I will talk about a few, there are many. The most of the challenge you will face is really based on your environment, having people trust that the AI can do the work that they were going to do because we humans, we take time to acclimate, we take time to get used to certain things. Like I said, don't talk, show them. You know, build a tool, show up to them and say, hey, I see that it takes you 3 hours to do this thing. With this agent, it's gonna get it done in 13 minutes. Let's try it. And you show them, they were, oh my God. So we spend 3 hours every day doing this task. If we can do this in 15 minutes, meaning we can serve more customers, right? So that's one of the challenge. You know, when something is visual, don't talk about it, show it. Imagine today we didn't try building master prompts, getting the interview, and I just talk about what a master prompt is and do. You're still not gonna get it properly. But by you yourself doing and having the AI interview you, you are in the reality of the action that is happening. So that's one of the challenges. Now, another challenge you can face that right now we are launching a platform that has agents built up that you can hire. Because if I'm starting a company and I can't hire like a lot of people, I can hire a personnel, but some of the tasks I'm gonna build agents that someone can hire. Because when you start a company, a challenge you're gonna face, whether it's AI or based on your question, whether it's AI business or not, when you're starting a company, for everyone here, listen to this very carefully. Because sometimes on social media, entrepreneurship or businesses are glamorized. People see someone coming out of a nice car, the door is closing, they suit up. That's business on social media. It doesn't mean that you cannot do that. But when you're starting a business, you're wearing so many hats. You are the developer, you are the one prompting to the AI, you are the one looking for customers, you are the one talking to people, you are the one selling the product, you are the one doing your accounting, everything. So that's your first challenge. So what you do is you yourself can leverage the AI. Let the AI do an agent do the small things, and you focus on developing the business and other stuff. Now, with AI as well, another challenge building an AI business. Um, of course, AI use tokens. Now, one of the things that people don't know, I think I shared that with Mr. Obi last time. A lot of people don't know how to price AI businesses because you cannot price an AI business like a traditional business. As you guys know, when you're using ChatGPT and all those, when you hit your limit, they tell you that, hey, my friend, you have hit your limit. There's a reason we have that constraint. Okay. And the reason we have that constraint is because of tokenization. So one of the challenges people face is not pricing their AI business properly. And now we have a method to show people how to price it. If you're processing image, if you're processing text, if you're processing calls, if you're moving files around, if you do, the cost to do it is different. So you cannot price it, and that will be one of your technical slash financial challenge. If you price it anyhow, you're gonna go bankrupt. Because don't be afraid to price it the right way. If you have something that you show me can take 5 minutes to achieve, and every day I do that thing like 10 times, and I need to spend 3 hours for each of that thing to be done, I'm gonna pay the money if I have it to be done in 13 minutes and do more of that. If I'm serving clients, then I get to serve more clients and make more money. So again, the question is a little vague, but that's the few that comes in mind that can tell. It's a broad question. It's not vague. It's a broad question. So the challenges you will face is really setting up your infrastructure, making sure that you continue to iterate. Don't let agents sit there and then just be like an employee. If they hire you for 6 months, 2 years, 3 years, the quality of your work is still the same as you got in, you didn't improve, right? You should treat AI employees a little bit like humans, meaning continue to refine their skills. If they're taking a certain time to do a skill, see what technology can I plug in, what can I do to cut the time. If they're making error onto something, make sure the second or the third or fourth time you're doing it, that errors have been resolved, so that like an employee, when people use your agent, like, wow, it's just like all of them, ChatGPT and Claude, they're the same way they're iterating, just the way you refine your prompt, apply that logic. So again, I can go on and go on and go on, but those are the first challenges: pricing, improving your AI services, convincing the customer to use it. The convincing part to me is easy. Show them. Show them, design it, show them an example that that you can process this and do this and organize the thing quickly and then do X, Y, and Z, whatever the task is. I'm gonna move to the second one. You can always come back. Does it mean that Notebook LM is an AI tool just like ChatGPT? Yes. Notebook LM is fully AI, powered by Google, and it's one of those free tools out there. I use it for personal stuff. I use much more advanced tool and actually hard-coded stuff for clients. I cannot use them, but like I said, the context is different. If I want to do small things, the businesses don't know. Small businesses in Nigeria, many of them, I did the research last week. They don't know all of these. You can go and use this and serve them for free. So it's really you can't don't try to work by yourself. All of you here has like knowledge. Try to work together. If you want to go far, work with people. If you want to go far and well and less problem on the way, go with people. But if you just want to go far and then, you know, uh get stop suddenly, go alone. Go work with people. You guys have different strength, right? So yes, Notebook LME is completely free, just like other tools. You can use your Google Gmail to just log in. You don't even need to create a new account. Can those files created in Notebook LM be downloaded? Yes, you can export them. I should have shown an example of that, but I talked about it. The share button is there. You can pull it. You can export it. That's what I said. But do the work, export it, put it on your laptop, go show it to a client. Hey, I see you guys have a restaurant, right? You know you guys can get this. There's a module I wanted to touch. I didn't touch it today, but the next time I will show you, and we're gonna create something. Create a product and list it somewhere for sale. You can sell digital product, and people are buying them right now on Etsy. And then if you see it's crazy, like I said, I would work on that part, structure it with um, Mr. Okoye, and then we will come back and see how we deliver it to you guys, you know. So yeah, Notebook LM, AI Studio, and AI Studio, Notebook LM, they're all for Google. And now the website AI Scanner is a separate tool for my platform, TipLogix. We have that we give to our clients that you can use to check what's going on with the website. And then from there, based on issues they have, this is one of the smallest services we offer. If they have, you know, if simple website, you're not going to find so many issues. If it's a complex website, we've also providing services. When they find issues there, let's just do that. So I show you the thought process, okay? I'm going to share back my screen real quick so we can do that, right? I'll do it live so you can see this one, right? So on here, let me squeeze this one to go somewhere. I can put this one here. So I'm gonna go back on TipLogix. So you guys let me know if you can see my screen. What screen do you see right now? The Google?
The Google.
Google,
Okay,
yeah.
look. Okay, so this is TipLogix. Okay, did you guys notice how my site loads really fast?
Yes.
Okay, look, I have the website as I hit, it's like instant. This is because I'm a technical person. I don't want the loading thing. I know what is causing loading. I know all the elements, what's going on. So if someone comes here, right, look at how I package this. This is one of our least things that we do. If you check here, we do a lot of things from workflow automation, complex stuff, implementing AI agent for complex infrastructure, AI strategy. I do consulting too. You guys have knowledge that you can come together. Someone call, you look at their business and even provide small advice for something. Again, think about how to productize all of this inside GCC, right? So this is all the services we offer, trainings, professional trainings. We have an AI Academy online, but launching officially soon. I do trainings. I have a training actually coming that I'll share with you guys. I'll record and share with you guys. System design and IoT systems, we specialize in that as well. So let's just go back here and then type in, you know, smart tools and say, wait, what was the website I put in here? Was it GCC? So I know I have GCC somewhere here. All
Yeah,
right, I'm
this is
just
the
gonna
dash
copy.
creatives.
That's
Okay.
creative. Okay, I got it. So let's go back here and I'll paste it here. So let's say someone come in and they test their website. Sometimes people test their web app here and it would tell them all kind of, this is very simple, like stuff that I'm missing. So look, while I'm scrolling, this agent pop up right away, right? Based on what it sees here, this agent say, hi, I'm Thibault. You know, so the website is TipLogix and the agent's name is Thibault. Hey, I'm Thibault. How can I help you today? Ask me anything. And he say, I can see you just can gcc.com, da, 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 da. Overall score is 63 over 100, two critical issues, and da da da. I say there are clear opportunities here that are. If I say and now it's asking, you know, let's do it. If you say let's do it, right away the agent is gonna you pick a date, you know, to fix it, right? And then it was gonna go ahead and pick a time, and the agent is gonna go and confirm the meeting and send it to us on our back end. We have a whole CRM set up for that. That's because I said yes, you know. If I'm gonna enter name and then address and all that, and we'll do. If the person says no, the AI agent Tibo is gonna entertain the person, show them what's going on with the website, and ask them if they want to even escalate it on the call to ask and do something. Tibo will go ahead and do that, and then the person can even take them to this page by itself and move the mouse around and help them select These are our basic stuff. This is not work. This is all consulting. If someone contact us, they have a small something they want to talk about, a problem. Yes, free 30 minutes. Yeah, we could do that and talk about project they have, something important. We do that for free. Past that, AI strategy. Not the surface level stuff, something really deep that they can do. We could do that for them. This one, we get this like AI readiness audit. People think they can sit with only ChatGPT and just know what is wrong and everything with them. AI, this was 90-minute session. They will pay 800. This is actually cheap because we did this there, but this is not the services. These are just free, simple consulting. We have enterprise level consulting. When someone reach out with a project, we do work, deliver stuff to them, things to use, and do with our consulting team. Okay, I'm gonna go to this. So I just wanted to show you how, from checking the website, I also implemented an engine that will use the testing, the scanning for opportunity for a customer. And by the way, we get people say, oh, our app need this problem, this issue, this stuff. Can you help us with that? And of course, we can help them. All right. Before I go to Adesa, let me see whose question is here. My question is about creating an AI agent. From what I currently know about AI agents, many AI agents are built using existing AI tools and platforms like Make and Jotform. If those platforms change their policies or features, it could affect the AI agent built on them. How can someone build a standalone or fully independent AI agent that does not rely heavily on third-party platform? That's a great question. So if you build AI platforms, right? You have AI platforms that are built on third-party platforms because you want to leverage their API. Now, if you're you can build from scratch. You can build from scratch, develop your API, but you see, now you need other knowledge. I know Austin probably learning coding. He understands RESTful APIs, REST APIs, all type of APIs like in Python. So then now you need another skill, which with AI you can still sit and learn. When it comes to business, you have to think about cutting time. If you want to learn everything from scratch and do it, you could do it. But those people already invested billions of dollars, Make and all of that, those are really third party. I will use directly OpenAI APIs, Claude API, because they're AI frontier labs, directly. And then they're solving that. If they change the policy, what you usually do is you're gonna find a reliable AI and reconnect the API. Simple as that. So you don't have to worry much about it. You cannot control that part. You don't have to worry about it. It's like Google. Google is reliable. Google has been around for 100 years now, just to say, right? So third parties are not bad, but you have to have backups just in case. But usually they're pretty solid. And then again, you can hard code some of these stuff. You can write your code, but you don't have powerful AI algorithm. By the way, I'll give you the reason you can, but it's super expensive. Yes, and I come back to you, it's super expensive. You need to buy your own chips. You need to buy your own chips. You need to buy your own infrastructure. You need to have your own server running 24/7. That's very expensive if you check the cost of like an NVIDIA chip. So you don't even want to start there. Even bigger companies that you wouldn't think, they run on these platforms. So don't worry about it. All right. Let me move to, before I get back, I know
Just
Adesi had a question.
Tieyiwe, just quickly, I think her question had to do with, is there a way to sidetrack make.com or sidetrack NN8 and N8N? That's the one she's asking, not really the main AI,
The main AI.
Yeah. She's
Yes,
asking
yes.
about jet.com. Is there a way to
Okay.
get form and make? Those are the ones she's asking.
Yes, you can. You can. You can for make. Okay, for make and judge form. I think that was that, right? Yeah. You can definitely where is it again? Yeah, it was down here. Yeah, you can definitely, again, there are successful businesses already leveraging them. So I would say don't put your worry on the fact that if the policy change or something, it's simple. On the back end, you can connect another third party. And by the way, they are not the only one, they're just the popular one. There are many that run on the main one, so you can always reconnect. The short answer is you shouldn't worry about that. You provide a service. And by the way, when before an API goes down, they inform people. Even yesterday, I received a message about code migrating to something else. It doesn't break things down. They give you time, you go get the new API stuff, you go back on your backend office, you connect it. So yeah, don't worry about that, because even if they change their policy, do something, no, you will be fine. Don't worry about that. Those are pretty solid. The reason I brought the primary labs, they run on those primary labs, so it's reliable. Even if they're, by the way, at the infrastructure level, even if something happened to them, those APIs are still plugged on the primary stuff. The way you would do server depreciation or you know any type of operation, they're not gonna nuke everybody like that. So they're reliable, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of technical stuff goes into that, but yes, I don't know if I answered that question. Adaisi, you can go with your question. I know Yasen has his end, and I will answer the other two that I see here.
Okay, sir, I wanted to ask if you built the website AI scanner yourself, and if someone can actually build one too.
Yeah, absolutely. We have this tool for a while ago. We have another one on another platform. This is like our front face, just business. We have different platforms out there. Yes, we build it ourselves. And I built most of it actually by myself. Um, I have one that is a paid version. It does way more than that. It will move on your app or your website and then tell you you are missing these features, like to the feature level. Your website is running on this type of and then all these are opportunities for the person to talk to us to fix their app or do something. So yes, the answer, we build it. Everything on DeepLogix, we build it.
Okay, so is there a way to check after building your AI? Is there a way to check if it's reliable before you can start using it for people?
Yes, you can always test. Very simple. If you build an AI agent, right, that is doing a particular task, deploy it as if you're gonna be a task and have people even here try to use it without paying, open the thing so that they can test it in real time from their devices, from their phone, and then just give you feedback. Oh, I tried to do this thing, but it didn't work, and do that. And then don't take that as you fail or this is normal. When you're building something, you have all these questions, what if it doesn't work? No, in engineering, it happen all the time. When you build something the first time, that's why you see ChatGPT started what? ChatGPT 2, 3, 4. You always upgrade. But how do you do that? Right now, there's no perfect system. While people are using it, they go back and find out where they still need to do some work, and then they upgrade and they do, you see. So yeah, you don't have to worry about just have people try it, build it. Go, okay, what use the free method. Build something for like a small business in the neighborhood. Say, hey, I built this tool. I would like you to use it for 2 days or 3 days and tell me what's going on. And then actually help you do this. Let them use it. Send them the link, let them use it. And then tell you, oh yeah, this one it did well. When I tried to do this one, it didn't work. And you go back and fix that with the agent.
All right, thank you, sir.
Of course. Yacent, you had a question?
Yes, sir. Okay, sorry, where I am is getting dark and the power just went off, but I'm going to make it real quick. It's similar to what Choma asked. It's about workflow automation. I remember last year I tried to automate my work programs. Yeah, my Microsoft Office, Google Workspace, I integrated AI into them. So after a while, it stopped working. So I searched. After a while, it stopped working, and it was about an upgrade message. I had to upgrade to start using the features again. But then I money as at then. Then I made a research and I saw Zapier, where I can plug in more than 1,000 programs at once, and
Mm-hmm.
they could interact with themselves. But then, just like the similar questions Choma asked, what if
Mm-hmm.
Zapier goes down today? Is it advised to put everything in one tool, or you use them individually as they are? Because I know
Yeah.
I tried to use Tableau and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because I was
Yeah,
running
good.
an analysis. Then
Mm-hmm.
this thought came in. What if one day I come to log into my Zapier and I can't log in? What could be the next point of action?
Okay, good. So you have to understand there are two main way of thinking. If you gonna provide services, if you're going to do it for yourself. If I'm gonna do it for myself, I don't have to worry much. Something goes down, I'll switch to the next service. But if you're providing services to, like, for yourself, I mean, Zapier is a paid service. Actually, when I was talking about the tools, I mentioned Zapier. It was on one of the slides. If you go back, Zapier is a paid service. Zapier has been around since 2016 or 18. Well, I know when they came out, I started using it right away for workflow automation. And Zapier has the highest level of integration as far as other third-party tools. But you need to think about it this way. If you're gonna do it for yourself, you can limit it to one. But as a business, usually you have backups. Okay? You have backups for automation. If I'm gonna provide a service to like GCC, and what I would do is on my backend, let's just say for the sake of example, I'm using a OpenAI API for my automation. I will hook up that, for instance, as my main, just for the sake of example. And I will have like a Claude and Anthropic API as my backend. I will have a Google API as my backend. But probably since they're not being used in real time, I don't have to worry about the cost. But I set it up in a way, if one API goes down, jump to the next one. Meaning if that one service goes down, move to the next service. Okay. That's actually how in real time business world things work. But I don't also want you to think that in tech, okay, what if Google goes down? Google can go down. Google goes down sometimes, and some of the services, even ChatGPT, sometimes they went down, right? And then so they will go down. But always pick reliable services. Zapier has been around for a while. They run on strong infrastructure. And then I need to explain this again for you guys to not be afraid of this. When a service like Zapier is going down, they just don't disappear based on all this infrastructure that are there. Even if, let's say, it was just they changed thing and you cannot log in, whatever main service they're running on, they have a way of always transferring things. Or they will send a link and say, now you can access your things here. They're just probably no longer responsible, or the infrastructure has changed, but you don't lose anything. And they always have ways for people to get their stuff back, even your workflows that you set up and you transfer. But if the company is going out of business, they're gonna go out of business. They're gonna warn people ahead of time, otherwise they're gonna get sued. So I just want to say that if I'm doing something personal, I probably won't have to worry. But if I'm providing a service, I'm gonna set it up professionally with backup systems and all kind of things. Most of the apps that we use, people don't sometimes know that there are some things that go down. Things go down. They don't notice it because there are backup systems that pick up right away and keep running, right? But again, if Google can have a problem, who is Zapier to not have a problem? I'll give you a perfect example. In 2016 or 17, uh, for those who know, AWS is the largest, I want to say, cloud service provider, Amazon Web Services. So Amazon Web Services, before they become fully what they are, they used to still depend on Google Cloud services. But around 2016, 17, I can't remember the date, they decided to fully now run on their own things and do everything, even part of the infrastructure that was on Google. I was working on IoT systems that has service on Google. Since AWS was the major customer of Google, so Amazon was the main customer of Google on that side and decided to migrate all their stuff. He's gonna come back to your example so you understand. It shut down. The migration caused so much trouble because it's like the big customer movie that it shut down all the other people. Our systems went down for 2 days. There was nothing we can do. We just have to wait for Amazon because they need to allocate resources and all the CPUs, everything to migrate AWS out of their system. It impacted everybody, but guess what? They learned from that too. That now it is, in tech, every mistake is a learning opportunity to re-implement the things. They made it in a way that even if a major customer is moving to another cloud, nothing happened. And to give you another example in that everybody can learn, take the United States or take a Nigerian bank. I can guarantee you, just based on what I know, they're running on different 3 or 4 cloud services. That's how it works. The major infrastructure, they have a Google account connected, everything wired on the back end. They have maybe an Azure for Microsoft running on the back end, and then they have things being backing up all the time if something goes down. But again, there are days where the main thing goes down and everyone just have to wait. But I would say with Zapier, they're pretty solid. If you come back to log in, they would not shut down without giving people a heads up. For professional companies, I know that. So I would say do your automation, but save your workflows. If you're in Zapier, just recreate, your workflow path and all that. You can export that and then just maybe create a backup sitting in N8 or jot form or something somewhere that one day if something goes down, so that's how I can answer that question. You cannot always choose strong infrastructure, but again, it's different. Personal, you can pick anything. If they shut down, you move. If you're going to provide a service, use reliable service like Zapier and even JotForm. They're well known. They run, again, the reason I bring the main stuff, they run on there, and then you look at the funding they have and everything, it's trustworthy, right? I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. What is the biggest mistake you see technical builders make when they try to add AI to hardware in IoT? Okay, IoT, speaking one of my languages, one of the mistake people make, here's something that I'm sure all of you are already suffering with, or you're going to suffer with that very soon. As technical people, I had to learn that years ago. At some point, you need to understand that you have superpowers than the average person who doesn't have access to all of these, who doesn't even know what you're talking about. Now, your brain is going to tend to have you overdo things. That's one of the biggest mistakes. Because you are making egg and you have salt, doesn't mean you have to open the whole salt and you just put the one that you need. I'm sure the ladies here can tell us when you're cooking something, you put small salt, taste, and add because it's easy to add than to remove. We all know that, right? So one mistake that they do when they're building IoT, they sometimes select the wrong. For instance, Twilio is one of the platforms that I use. Twilio has a solid infrastructure for IoT systems. They will pick the wrong system, and then they will also not calculate cost based on how many people, depending on the type of IoT system they're using, and they try to overdo. Architecture is really important. The person who sits down with an architect to draw the house plan very well, study everything before they start building, will end up saving money and everything than the person who said, wait, I have my cousin from the village, he knows how to build things. If it's just a small wall, it's fine, but to do, if you minimize engineering work, like, oh, you don't really need that, you just stack the bricks together, the house can collapse because there are things that you don't see go behind the scene, a lot of calculations that the engineers will make to make sure that when you have 100 cars on a bridge, the bridge does not collapse. You don't wake up in the morning and you do that, right? So the reason I say that is technical people sometimes will pick the wrong architecture and start building and they will overdo. Don't overdo. You can always overdo. So just do what is enough. Look, if a service is working, you connect your IoT system, things are working, leave it there. And then before deploying things, you always have a staging. You have a development environment, you have a production environment, and in between that, you have a staging environment. What does that mean? If I write code the way right now, like last night I was deploying code. If I'm going to deploy code or add a new feature on my website, I'm going to develop in the environment platform before it goes to the app. And we move it to a staging platform. The staging platform has all the stuff that almost the real user will use. So we can do testing. And when you do testing, learn this method. It's called incremental deployment. Anything you build for IoTs, it applies a lot. Let's say you have 100 people that will use an IoT system, and you build a new system. One of the mistakes people make, don't deploy it in the entire platform. Do a 10% deployment. Deploy it to 5 customers. You have the tools to do that on the back end. Select a few customers. If you have like 10 IoT units, deploy it to one IoT unit for one day. See how it's behaving. If there's a problem with that one, you just backtrack that code, put back the code that was working. It's only one, if you're gonna get a complaint, it's only one customer complaint you're gonna get. Okay? That's how you think. If it's stable, every software that you see, every app that you see in the App Store, that's how it's deployed. We build apps for customers. Okay. If you need an app, we build app for customers. You deploy, you test, and you deploy. If today, like take Instagram or Facebook. When they started, they didn't have live, they didn't have all the Facebook stuff. It was basic. If they push all these stuff one day, maybe it will break because the servers were not probably set up to handle all the infrastructure. You do incrementally, you check server need. That come with like a lot of technical background. You see, okay, what is the server load is? Is it supporting? Do we need another resource to handle like part of the whatever computing it is? So you do incremental. So again, IoT people tend to do a lot. Something is working, leave it there. Go test the new feature, deploy it on pick one of the IoT devices that you're going to use as a testing ground, deploy it there, test it, find the mistakes. Once you resolve the mistake now, you deploy. And remember this word, incremental. Sometimes Apple, people don't know that. Sometimes have you ever had your phone, whether it's Samsung or iPhone, and your friend tells you about a new feature and you notice you don't have it yet, and 2 weeks later or something, it start popping up now, right? Or WhatsApp. It's on purpose. Even on the same day, WhatsApp will deploy something probably to 1 million people about the new update, and probably you need to restart to get it. Sometimes they're buying time, okay? And then they will see monitor on the back end logging and see, okay, within the 1 hour, are people complaining? Do we see system slow down or anything? There are features that sometimes they deploy and they backtrack it right away because there were errors and things. So, but at least they didn't deploy it to all the customers and shut everything down. Okay, last one I see here. One, building an AI agent for a client. Is it better to use your own API keys or ask the client to use their? Okay, that's a good question. It depends. If the client wants to, again, depend on the service you offer. For instance, at TeamLogix, we have two possibilities. We can build your platform. We host. We can host your web app for you. So we take care of your monthly um, hosting, and actually most of the platform we build, we offer maintenance. If you want us to just build your platform and hand you the keys and you go find another company, fine. But usually we offer that because it's easier. It's like when you build something on Google, you're gonna deal with Google. You're not gonna go with another company because Google knows your platform better. So usually it depends really on the client. If the client say, build my house, give me the keys, don't call me again, I never knew you. You can do that. Meaning they come with the API, they're gonna be paying the main API for you. So all you charging them for is the work, you did the work, tell them they go and get the API keys and the API documentation they give you, you connect it, done. All the stuff goes to there. Now, if you have a platform where you're running all these stuff, you're going to tell them, we can still connect your API and we manage it for you monthly. They're paying a monthly returner for maintenance and do that because every now and then the main company will update the API, whether they get it or you get it for them. But so when you get an update that there is stuff, if they took it from you, then they're going to go hire someone to connect it for them. So usually offer like a package. I build it for you, and then I can just based on where you are, I can charge you 1,000 naira, $1,000 based on where you are. And then beside that, you also want to ask them not just the API, software need updates, agents need updates, just like anything. Who's gonna be doing your updates? Security update. We push security updates. When something change, like okay, on Claude or OpenAI or something, if they implement something new, we also implement and we'll push that to the customers to make sure that you know their platform. That's why any company you see, every app you download, if you haven't opened it for a while, you come and open and they tell you to update because they push something new that you don't see. It can be security, it can be just a new feature. So it's the same way. So the client want the API, you let them do whatever they get the API that is paying, they're gonna connect their credit card and everything. But if you have the platform, you can charge them, tell them what the cost of the beside the work, what the cost of this gonna be, this and that pay. So it really doesn't have a precise answer. It depends on what you want to do. But again, if you're gonna provide services, provide a package. Don't go design an agent for a store or something in your area and let them go hire somebody else to just update the AI prompt so you can handle like one aspect of the business. I give you this for everyone to take here. If you build an agent as part of what I'm asking you guys to come together, come with 3 solid ideas, and all of you will contribute to build. If you go price something for a business in there, okay? I want you to do this. Let me see. I lost the focus for a moment. All right. Let me have you do this. Uh, just ask them, hey, we're gonna design this thing for you. Let's just say when I'm converting to Naira, I don't really have how to quantify it in my head. So please be patient with me. If I tell them this is going to cost 1,000 Naira, for the example, to design, I can say on top of that, I'm going to, this is for just the work, but we also offer a complimentary service, meaning we can charge you a $200 per month every month to maintain your system. Meaning, if they add a new product in their store, that was not part of the agent prompt, right? When you build an agent, for instance, that will be talking about, let's say, fashion stuff. And that person now, instead of fashion, starts selling a beauty product. But when you build the agent was not handling the beauty product conversation, right? They're going to come back to you. So what you do, you tell them, this is the agent we built for you. This is a cost. We charge a complimentary $200 per month, every month, whether there's work or not, because there's always work for us to update the agent because you're going to be doing some updates, change, make it more efficient in the conversation. They don't even see you push it. They pay you 200. That's for example, it can be $2,000, 2,000 Naira, whatever per month. Because that work actually is easier for them. Otherwise, they need to start shopping around again to find someone. If in the future they come and add like other product or service, they just reach out to you and say, hey, Adesa, hey, Ernest, hey, Austin, hey, Choma. Oh, starting next month, we're going to be adding this product. You just go back and fix the script, right? You just go back and you fix the script of the AI to now say, hey, take in consideration beauty products, this has a name and all of that is someone. So who's gonna do that work? So when you sell something, add value to it. Like also, you can even charge 250 and say when you call me for an update, to update because that's some work for you to redo that and redeploy, right? So again, that's how you want to do it. When you price something, see if you can package it. Otherwise, they're going to go hire someone else to do something. You know the agent better than the person who's going to come and do the work. All right. Is there another question? Okay. A question from Cheesy. How do you check the authenticity of the feedback given by the website AI scanner you built yourself? Okay, we have backend tools. Um, just you can actually sometimes Google used to have some free tools. I don't know if they have anymore. Last time I checked years ago, they don't have. How do you check the authenticity? I can tell when I go to GCC website, when we tested it, it says there was no AI powered service. Yeah, there was no agent or any AI powered booked on the background. Now, the other thing that we check, we know is true, is this. We're gonna do it live. It's gonna take 30 seconds. Okay. Let me just try to do it and see how we can, right? Okay, I'm gonna go back here and just share this screen quickly, and we finish with that. That's the question she has. How do I know? Okay, and then I'm here. Can you guys see my website? Okay, so let's just say I tested your website here, and he was telling me that, do I still have it here? Okay, GCC. Look, we're gonna first of all test GCC here, okay? I'm gonna hit enter, and we're gonna see how long it takes to load the website. Okay, I hit enter, okay, everything loaded and all that. I'm gonna try to open something like, when I click on, okay, I'm gonna find something I can click. When I click on services, you see the time it takes to load here. When I click on here, it loads. Okay, I wanna find something, I click here. It takes time to load, right? And I don't see, let me come back to about, okay? I'll click on the app. Did you see the time it took for this picture to load? It came on like, okay, I don't know if I can refresh it, if it would do that. Let me actually
Yeah, we
move
saw
this.
it the first
Okay,
time. I
well, you
think everybody
saw it,
saw it took,
right?
yeah.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
we said.
okay, so you see all this, sometimes it's at a micro level that you don't see, but when you start using a website for a long time, you can notice that things are slow. Okay, now look, when I go back to, I'm just gonna pick another thing so we can see Creative Showcase. When I go to Creative Showcase, you see it takes a while for the YouTube previews to upload. So
Yes.
now if I go back to here to test, okay, we're gonna focus on speed here because each time, based on the server that is entering your website, you see, because right now we were at 63. The reason meaning right now, the company that is hosting your website, maybe for a split second, for 2 minutes, the server is free. So you could get that, sometime, by the way, there's a range. When you design something, you put a range. You have like a 5% range, meaning that 5% based on, it's called server uptime, based on the server uptime and a few things. If you have 1,000 people go on your website right now, you're gonna see that it's loaded. You could notice some slowdown. Now, let's just focus on the speed here. Look, the speed is 300 milliseconds, right? Right. And then I'm gonna switch it now to my website here. I'm gonna just put the Google here and we're gonna go back. Look from the time I hit enter, okay? Ready, enter. My website is instant. You know, although it has heavier features. By the way, this is not a website, it's a web app. If you open it, I'm gonna put it on the chat if you want. Open it on your phone. What did I do? Open it on your phone and see how it presents on your phone. Where is the? You can just tap TipLogix. I think I have it somewhere. I have so many things open right now on my um All right, I'm gonna put it here. Okay. If you open it on your phone, just type it on your phone and see how it shows up on your phone. You just appear like an app, right? And I have AI agents loaded on the back end. It's so heavy, but look at, although it is heavy, look at how fast it is loading. Versus GCC is just a website. This is a web app. Now, if I go back there, we have 300 milliseconds here. And I'm gonna go back and put this and test. Right. Again, you're gonna see the 5% margin we'll put. It has to do with technical stuff, server uptime, all these stuff. You know, I'm at 116 millisecond. The last time it was at 108. I'm still in the margin where it in a split second, it checks all the backend stuff, how everything on the website is loading. How is it designed? Your design will determine your loading. That's why I say you can see something that looks good, but it's not a good architecture. It's so heavy. It's so heavy. Or you go to some website, but I would say GCC is pretty good. I see website. I mean, don't think that it's not good. No, it is good. It's just to tell you that there is room for improvement. There are websites you click and you have to wait 4 or 5 seconds for a page to load. Till today, it's like I want to put GCC creative. I copy with showcase, so it's just gonna land on it was coming from the showcase page. I can even check a particular page, not the whole website. But my comparison is not fair. I'm comparing a web app versus a website. So if you look here, It's still not bad. It's still average. You have websites that are not loading close to GCC websites, pretty good. But again, as tech people, I consider all of us now. You need to always go and see what can I improve. And this is not like for GCC or me. All the platforms you see out there, they're always trying to see what can we, even if we can save a millisecond, if we can make something process faster, you know. So again, it's just to show you that, yeah, pertaining to your question. And on the back end now, I'll add one thing. We have an agent for like advanced testing that already have the standard built to test to show that what is missing, what is there. What if you saw the result for GCC? Okay, you talk about the authenticity. Let's go back here and do a last one. Is my screen still shared? Okay. When I do this and I check, right? Let's see if it's authentic. Okay. Okay. Now this score is not the entire website. I'm testing the creative showcase page. You see the extension. I didn't put the whole website. I'm testing only the creative showcase. Now let's check and see if it's authentic. It says no AI integration detected, which is true. There is no agent hooked up on the website. The SEO metadata for this page, for the creative page, we can improve the SEO. Page load speed needs optimization. No automated lead capture. Of course, you don't set stuff a lot now. So you can say stuff doesn't mean it's bad. Maybe your website just not providing those services. No AI powered personalization. Now I'm gonna go back to the main page. I'm gonna remove this, the creative page, and we just go back to the main. So you're gonna see the difference about something I want you to see. All right, look now, the SEO for the main website. Can you see the difference? The overall SEO for the main website is good, but that particular page that we had here with showcase, meaning if you were selling, what it truly means is this. On the showcase page here, if this were an article you were selling, if someone is looking for them on social media to learn on YouTube, the engine will not pick on them, meaning you can go on the metadata of the website and improve that. That's basically what it means. So yeah, the authenticity is really there. It's authentic. We test actually apps also and all of these stuff. All right, so that's all I have. I know we passed the time a little bit, but I just wanted to make sure we answer the question. And then trust me, this is level 0, like I said. There's much more you can learn hands-on lab. I usually assume everybody is on the same level. It's an approach that I don't know why I probably know why. I always say that level 0 is where I put everybody because, people have different levels. You always have to assume people are there and you start with the foundation before start doing hard labs and doing practical things to put this thing. So I hope you learned something today. It's really my pleasure to take this time and thank you, Mr. Okoye, for the opportunity to share with them. I know the rest of the team will also learn. Um, Again, feel free to probably you will have a channel where you can send him a question. I'll try to answer as I can, but try to read our articles on AI Times. You can get it's short articles that really digestible. I'll paste the link here. You can read the articles on a daily basis just to make sure that you know. And also one thing I didn't tell you we did with the AI tool, scanning, we put like some guardrails if we feel like because we have people do that, someone is trying to abuse our system. Because let me tell you what people do. And by the way, I need to say this. Go and build a tester that even you can be, some people come and use it because the advanced one, if you go in and log in, it will do a total scan of an app of a website and show all the area of opportunity. People charge people for that. You can find businesses and go and tell them what is wrong with their website. This is easy. You guys can do it. Build a basic scanner and go and say and print a report, a nice PDF, and say, look, these are area of improvement. These are things, small fees. So when someone try to abuse it so many times, we'll detect the API, where they're from, and then they can block it and tell them to talk to our agent Tibo to place like a thing. But again, thank you so much to all of you.
Yeah.
I really hope you learned something. You guys are in the right spot. You are actually in the right timing when all these things are taking off. It's not going to slow down. Own this market. Don't say that you know little. With the little that you know, start doing something with it. You become good by repeating. Repetition is the mother of science. You repeat, you repeat. Each time you feel like you didn't know it, each time you feel like you didn't know, you discover something new. With that said, thanks again.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Tieyiwe. Uh, sorry, just before we wrap up, there was one last question that came later. It
Uh-huh,
says,
uh-huh.
is it possible to view the conversations users have with your AI agent from the back end?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. But now I'll tell you one thing, that again, I always process things from the personal level, maybe a small team thing or something. One thing that when you build agents for people, there's a lot of encryption that goes into the backend that's already embedded in some of the APIs. Unless it's forbidden, but okay, I have a lot of clients, okay? Uh, some of them I'm even building, some of the stuff is done. We You can have it. Of course, you want to have it, at least a summary of it. Now it depends on the service you're providing. Otherwise, yeah, you can set up your backend to capture. By the way, most of the agents that are built for people, we have access to the conversation in a cryptic way, meaning I don't need to know the details, but we feed that back to the main algorithm we wrote so it can relearn. There's a new concept called dreaming that most of them release. I've been using dreaming before, meaning when you set up an agent, you can set up a secondary agent if you want, that is checking the other agent, but you can embed that in the first one. That, hey, make sure that all the conversation that is happening on the back end, you relearn from that. Now, if you don't have that, how is he gonna relearn from? To give you an example, everything we do in ChatGPT or Claude, do you think Claude can see it? Of course, if they want to see our chat history. By the way, they made it known that if you involved in a crime and the police come, they're gonna just like you or they used to share your Google research history, they will share it with the authorities. So yeah, so it's not something like you when you're doing it. I don't want you to think it's wrong. No, that people not having private conversation really with agent for work if you design anything. You just want it to be encrypted, but re-feed back to the agent. So the next time, okay, here's a perfect example. Someone coming and you say you're selling hair, women hair. And while they're having a conversation, you find a store in your neighborhood, you design something for them. Now, it's the particular model of hair. In Africa, we always have a particular name we give things. This model, even like motorcycles or things, we will give it a local name. And then someone comes on the platform and then they ask about that and then the agent say you don't have it, but it's there. It's because locally we call things our own name that we like. Nothing wrong with that. Even when you go to India, China, it's the same thing. They have local jargon. So what you do is you can set up an algorithm or something on the back end and tell the agent all the stuff that he was not able to answer. Based on the first setup, you will say, "Oh, sorry, I will, we'll have someone call you," or we don't have that available in the back end, while in the front end is telling the user that in the back end, we want it to go do research and find out that, how do you call the motorcycle taxi in is he okay?
Okada.
Okada, right? If I never travel to Nigeria, I mean, of course I know Okada. I'm from Africa. I see it in Benin. I see it in places. India has Okada. They call it uh, a name. And they have Okada in India. They call it something. I will find it while I'm talking, right? So what the agent is going to do, the agent technically will consider a mistake with the first user, but we want to make sure by the next or the third conversation, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, Okada, we have Okada. Where are you having to do a lot of work? It's gonna be like, it's gonna search in the knowledge base and everything and be like, but if you don't tell it to do that based on previous conversation, you will never improve the agents. So yes, the answer is yeah, you can do that based on the context. Now, if you're providing a service to an area where they tell you information is private, usually you yourself sign something, and then beside backend encrypted information, yeah, you anything. Listen, I'm a I'm a computer guy. I'm a programmer. Anything that can be programmed can be seen. You have to know that. So yes, now it really depends on but I still want to find this. How is Okada called
Okay,
in India?
Tiwe, I know you enjoy teaching. Now we really need to let you go. We really need to let
Yes, we
you
have we have
go.
to go.
We have to let you
Yeah.
go. You,
Yes.
when we had this conversation, you said you were going to give us 1 hour, 30 minutes.
Yes.
You've
Yes.
actually gone 4 hours.
Is
You've
it
been here
for?
since 10:30. Yeah,
Oh,
10:30
you
US
see, I didn't
time.
even see this. I didn't even see the time go by because I was like, I'm gonna answer all the questions. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no,
Yeah,
you're
from
right.
the
You're right.
time we came on here in the US, it
Right.
was 10:30. Now it's
You see,
2:30.
you see, in
That's
my
really
head,
like
I
four
think it
straight,
was
four straight
11:30.
hours. And you're still ready to keep going. Thank you
No, no,
so
no, no.
much.
I'm done
Oh,
now.
we have to let you go. Thank
Yes,
you so
definitely.
much. I hope we're going to continue for a few more minutes when you're gone to do a recap.
Yes.
But I believe that there is a deep appreciation of your ability to bring all those 3 or 4 elements together. The wide, diverse exposure to IT from programming, security, IoT, AI. Very few people in IT are able to talk across everything like that.
Yeah.
And then to bring in the very important aspect of entrepreneurship. A lot of people are into IT, a lot of people are into AI, displaying things in Instagram, and they're not making money. So a very important part is you must think from day one, how do you monetize? How do you make real
Yeah.
money? Not just simple, quick monetization, but real money. You talked about collaboration, very, very important to collaborate, which is the very reason why the hub actually is GCC, Jinko Community Center. But the creatives, like I explained, are those who are now working collaboratively. So you mentioning the need to work as a group in order to go very
Yes.
far and achieve much. Bringing all those things together in one wrap is fantastic. Thank you so much. We'll talk some more.
Pleasure.
And I
Yeah.
think you said you will give some challenges. Even if you pass it to me, I can pass it to them. Things that need to be done, implemented. Because like we talked before, there's no need overloading people with information and knowledge if they're not going to be putting it into practice. This is not a
Absolutely.
TED Talk show. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, really,
Of course,
really.
my
And
pleasure. My pleasure again. And you see, you guys had good question that we didn't even see the time go by, but
yeah,
hopefully another time I'll have all of you. Thank you.
yeah. Okay. All right. You have a wonderful weekend, and
Thank you.
we'll connect later.
Yeah, later. Thank you.
Okay. All right. As he leaves, everybody else should just hang in for a few more minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Let's wrap up our discussion. I think Benita had to leave because she was in the office. So I permitted her to head out. And I know people have to prepare for tomorrow morning for UNIO. So I'm not going to keep you here long. I would have loved to hear everybody's perspective, or we may leave it. Maybe we'll have a meeting on Monday or Tuesday. But I'm going to post a few things in the forum. And those few things are things you've heard me say many times before. It's not new. And the first sentence there is going to be that we don't do training for training purposes. We don't do training for training purpose. We do training for application, for real life application. if people pay 50,000 or 100,000, we can do training for training purpose. At the end, people go, we don't really care what they do with it, but not at GCC. If we feel that this training, the person is not going to use it, it's not going to apply it, there's no need putting that person in that training. Okay? There's no need. It's a waste of everybody's resource. It's a waste of, like, Tieyiwe has spent 4 hours. Do you want to pay for 4 hours of his time in the US with his skill level? So when somebody gives it like that, we don't want it to be a room filled with people who are not going to use it, who are just hanging out there because there's a free access to training. So it's the first thing I'm going to post. Most times, even at the level of capacity development, beyond the first level of capacity development, every other training is based on the perception that this person will need it, that this person will apply it, that this person will do well, the person will move. And it is the same thing all the way to this very training as well. I think I explained in the forum that there are some of you here who were added simply because you're in the project track, so that you can get a sense of what capacities the technical people are developing. I mentioned it, and I even mentioned the names of those of you who may be on that track. Simply because I know what you're doing now, I know a bit of your skill set as well, and the trajectory, your career trajectory. So for some of you, I know that diving into AI programming, the kind of thing Praise was asking, is something that is above a whole lot of people's head right now here, talking of integrating AI to IoT and programming. And I don't expect you to suddenly become IoT experts and programming experts. I just need you to know, for those who are on the project track, this is how far GCC is going. This is how far the technical people are going. This is how far they are diving. These are the kind of resource people behind the scene who are willing to work with us, partner with us to make things happen. He wouldn't be happy coming again if he doesn't see evidence. So what we should be looking at is in the next couple of weeks, even if it's one person, even if it's only one person, especially those on the technical side. I'm not expecting those who are on project track to leave project management and things they are doing to come and start doing complex AI things. But those who are on the technical part, to showcase what they are doing. We already have things to showcase. I just don't think it's proper when somebody is coming to teach you, you start showing him the high level things you're doing. So very soon at some point, he's going to be seeing the education apps that Nnamdi has developed and is working on. I'm going to bring it to his attention. Some of the things that Praise is talking about, I'm going to bring it to his attention, so that he sees that, hey, these things he talked about, people are moving ahead. If I see others who are also applying some of this knowledge and going beyond it, I bring them to his attention. When you bring those things to his attention, then he feels good coming back again to give us level 1, because everything he said today is level 0. So level 1, level 2, level 3. So we need to see that things we learn are applied. I believe in learning on demand. At the point where you're going to apply it, you learn it, you use it. I don't believe in just general knowledge because it's a free workshop, a free seminar. You just show up. I even learned a lot. Even those basic prompting, master prompt. Yes, I've heard them. Yes, I'm aware of them. But like I said, it's either you learn something new or you get confident in the one you already know. One way or the other. Training always helps you. So I got confident in many things I already know, and I actually learned some new things, even at that basic level of prompting. I learned some new things. So I will post a few comments on the forum, and maybe Monday, Tuesday, we can have a brief meeting for people to share, so I can hear from you as well what value you extracted. He gave us a challenge to try and do something and prove that we have basically products to sell. That's the whole essence of everything. It's about selling. The good thing is that within this system, which includes the Jinko system, there's a lot of work that comes through, and many of us are usually busy. So we have some work that is in our hands. And as we explore new skills, new things, we shouldn't sacrifice current work that may be on our hand. So a general rule of the thumb is spend 20% of your time learning new things and trying new things. Whatever it is you know now, always be learning new ones, 20% of your time. Then spend the other 80% servicing current jobs that are paying you. So the last thing you should do is to sacrifice your current job because you're trying to learn new things, because you're trying to do the things you've learned in AI. You go and sacrifice and start, falling behind in your current job that pays you. 80% into things that pay you now, that you already know now, lockdown, that is putting money in your pocket. And a lot of you are earning from different projects around in Jinko. You don't want to sacrifice that for any reason. Then 20% of your time into developing new skills, pushing forward, getting into new boundaries. If you use that formula, you can't go wrong, because we need you to keep growing. You can't be stagnant. There are too many young people behind. We need everybody here to be moving forward and moving high and moving very fast too, because we have a new generation. We haven't even done our trainings at Campus 2, which the light has been harassing me. We're going to do those trainings. And once we do them, we'll have another generation. Before that generation, even, we already have a new generation, those who came for the coding training already represents another generation for this year. When we do our usual trainings at Campus 2, we have another generation right behind them. So if you're not careful, the new generation just come and push you. You better be learning 20% of your time. You better be learning skills moving forward, whether it's in projects management, general management, or in technology. The thing with AI is that AI applies to everybody. So you should always be growing in AI, regardless of what it is you're doing. AI always applies. All right, so I'll stop at this point, and we'll close the meeting. And I guess we'll turn our attention to preparing for tomorrow. The UNIL matriculation is early morning. So we really don't have much time. And then thereafter, we continue next week. All right. Any questions, any comments? Otherwise, we'll wrap up at this moment. None. Okay. Thank you all for attending. Thank you all for keeping your videos on and giving a good impression. You all have a nice weekend. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.